All right.
That's what we try.
We're live on Bice in the Back.
We are
Anthony,
live.
my man.
What's up?
All right, so I'm going to introduce the boys.
Yeah, introduce. Come on.
So
now.
I'm Brandon Barringer, your co-host of the Bice. Right next to me, I got.
You know what it is. It's T Beck, T Breezy, Ty. And I think it's an honor that we have this man on the pod right now.
One of a kind.
The first ever Bice live.
Yes.
Everyone live watching, you're making
Live
history
watching.
right now.
Shout out.
Making
Thank
history.
you guys. But yeah, I want to introduce the man, the myth, the legend, the CEO, the president, the founder,
Yes, sir.
the owner, everything in between. My man, Anthony Juliano. Please introduce yourself. Can we get a C going?
Give it up.
Oh, thank you guys.
Thank you to our live crowd, by the way. You guys are
Shout out,
awesome.
man.
Well, hey guys, my name is Anthony. I'm 20 years old. I'm the owner of Asylum. We
Yes,
started
sir.
the brand a year ago. First of all, the brand, what is it actually? It's gym apparel and it's supplements. We have belts, we have bags, we have everything, and
Got it
everything.
all.
Literally everything.
We're starting. We're growing small. Like we just started out.
So we're gonna put your
Just getting started.
We're gonna put your ats and everything, but just let them know where they can find you real quick.
Yeah,
Where can
absolutely.
they find you?
Yeah.
Instagram is primarily where we're at, guys. Obviously, Steel Asylum. Check it out on Instagram. Google Steel Asylum. The website is steelasylum.org. But if you just Google Steel Asylum, you will see the website. We have over 100+ pieces of handmade apparel, hand-designed apparel by myself.
Yes. He's an artist,
Shouts.
people. He's an artist.
I'm something, right?
He does it all. I mean, he has everything.
Dude,
He does it all.
I think you surprise me every twist and turn I see you.
I appreciate it.
So, I feel like when were we kind of like introduced to each other? I feel like we.
Because I know I've known who you are from the gym for probably a couple of years now.
I feel like it's been a while.
It's
At
been
least
a
more
couple
than
of
that.
Time
I
has
think
gone
it
by
was like-
fast.
I think it was like my freshman year of college, so like winter of like 2021. I think I might have just met you guys, and like Barry speaks about you guys, and then
He's a goat. Shouts, Barry.
we go from there.
Big shouts.
Bro,
Huge.
me and my best friend Kevin, we always say like Barry, he has the best fucking water there ever is.
It's always ice
fountain has
cold.
the best water.
Always
ever
ice
right
cold.
there.
Shouts. Got to shouts the man out. No, he's done a lot for both Ty and I. So I got to give a lot of thanks to him as always. And I mean, as for you, like.
He's drafting up some great programs.
Yeah, that's what I
will
mean.
say.
Is like he definitely takes care of you. Like just wants what's best for you. Like genuine soul. So shouts to Barry. Shouts to Bear Fit. But even bigger shouts to the Steel Asylum, because that's where I really wanted to get into it, was your love for fitness. Because I feel like when I first met you, I could see it in your eye. Like this is what you wanted. This is your love. Like and I resonated with it because like
That's you.
That was
also.
me in the beginning. When I like first was on my grind, like I like ate it, slept it, breathed it, like everything about it, like tried my best to just learn all about it. And like I want to know like what's your love for it? Like how do you feel? What is the gym to you right now? Fitness in general.
Right now,
Great
it's
question.
I mean, before like a year ago, it was like I don't know, just kind of a place to go unleash your stress, your problems, do stuff in like a healthy way. Like you
For
see
sure.
all these people, these kids nowadays. I mean, I'm 20 years old. Like I can't even drink. But you see all these kids who are like 16, 17 years old. They have these problems, and like
And he
what do
doesn't
they
drink.
do? No, never.
Never.
Shouts. Hey, put a C on that.
Hell yeah.
Clarity
But
King.
like for real though, like you see all these people and they have like all these problems, and like they unrelease it in like an unhealthy way. Like they're getting into trouble, they're going to fucking jail, they're doing drugs. Next thing you know, they're like getting help
Addicted.
for it. And it's
Yeah.
like, bro, like if you just go to the gym, like it just solves all your fucking problems. Like it unleashes your anger, your stress, your emotions. in
That's a
healthy
great
way.
point.
I mean, you get
That's a great point.
You get so much benefit from it.
It's funny you say it, because I think the gym is technically a drug. Because when
It
you're
is,
there,
bro.
your
It is.
hormones
Scientifically,
are elevated. Your
Coming from the man of
endorphins,
science.
Your chemically, your body's enhancing. Like everything is up more. Like you're turned on, you're dialed up, and
You
like
are,
that's
bro.
essentially what a drug would do, right? Like how would you compare a high in the gym, like a pump in the like how Arnold would compare a pump in the gym to like getting drunk or getting high? What'd you think?
Exactly, man. It's insane. I mean, the pump is like it's like the best feeling ever. Once you
Yes.
like go in the gym, like you walk in there and it's just like, yo, like the day that like I maxed out on stuff, I'm like, yo, I have these goals in my mind. And it's just like, I get under there, I get under that weight, that's my goal, and then it fucking flies through the ceiling. And you're just like, holy shit, like, I did it, but, like, I have more. And the fact that, like, you can push yourself and experience, like, just all that emotion, like, you feel good, you look good, and, you know, you're doing it in a good way. And, like, you walk out those doors, and, like, what's the first thing you want to do is you want to eat. And it's just like, it's just the best feeling ever.
Yeah, go eat, get some Chipotle after.
Exactly.
Nothing better.
Up until last year, now the gym is kind of like, it was kind of like my income is the money maker. It's kind of what's growing the brand. It's, you know, like, it just changes like that.
So has your perspective on going to the gym changed as well?
I think so. I think so in a bunch of different ways. I mean, when I was like 14, 15, and I started like working out, actually I started working up.
When did you first start?
Well, I remember my grandfather, he just passed away like 2 months ago, so rest
Sorry to
his
hear
soul.
that.
Rest in peace. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. But like when I was a young kid, like we always used to like he used to have like these 5-pound dumbbells, right? And what he did was, like, he used to just keep the heart rate going, right? The guy's, like, he's on oxygen, like, he's maybe, like, at the time, like, 75. And the man's, like, pumping iron. And we had, like, a gym down in the basement.
Wow.
And he's down there, and he's doing these lat pull-downs. He's doing bench. Like, he's doing everything. And, like, this man is laying down. He's doing these exercises. He has an oxygen tank. Like, he has a bunch of, like, you know, like, severe medical problems. But, like, he's still fucking doing it. And I used to do it with him, and he used to show me stuff on how to do it, and I was just like, this is fun, I like it. So then, like, I started doing it. I remember, I used to force myself to work out. Like, I remember coming home from school, and I have the home gym right there.
I love it.
And
I love it.
I'm like, I really don't want to work out today. Like, I'm, like, depressed to do it. Like, I don't want to do it.
I feel
now, like, 6 years later, I'm 20 years old, and, like, I'm, like, depressed if I don't go.
Don't go, yeah.
If I don't do that
you
one
feel
exercise
gross if
or
you
that
don't show
set.
up. Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel you.
dude, it's like, it's a severe, like, addiction.
You're
like you talk
addicted. The
about.
gym is a drug. It's a drug.
It really is.
It's true.
But no, that's so fantastic that you had a role model that like got you into that, like inspired you, because like that was kind of like it for me. Like I just, you know, I was like severely obese when I like
Really?
first started working out.
Shout out
like,
Josh Peck.
I was big boy, and
He looked like OG Josh Peck.
you know, like
Not a bad thing, it's just what he looked like.
it was just unhealthy. It was just unhealthy, like you said. You know, I was eating too much. I was living a sedentary lifestyle. Wasn't doing much, and clearly it had health defects. And like, I wanted to change that, and I didn't really have anyone around me to show me like what the gym could do, what it could be for me, until like I ran into Barry. So that was definitely like really important. It was like formative for my years, and like I think if I didn't have the gym, I probably wouldn't have a lot of things. So
Yeah, dude. I can relate to
Bro,
that.
if we didn't have the gym, we wouldn't be boys. Because I remember...
big fat. I mean, football put us on, but like
Yeah, that's true.
we
But,
also
in a different
formed
way.
like a big bond because we would always
Because
whip together to the gym.
we would always want to grind.
Yes.
We always want to go to the gym, but like no one else would. So it would
No
just
one
be
else
us
would.
us two just getting after it. So
And if we didn't have the gym, like pandemic times, we would just go outdoors, do something outside, go for a hike, go do hills, go run, go do whatever, push-ups, pull-ups. It was just like we just did it because fuck it, we weren't.
that's the power of the gym, though.
That's part of the
you
gym, though,
know?
because like you not only like the friendships you make, but it's also the discipline it teaches you. I feel like,
Dude, the discipline is like, it's
Speak on
insane.
that. Speak on discipline for you.
I mean, I can speak on it from like a ton of different standpoints, you know, similar to something we talked about before
have
we
plenty of
started
time.
the podcast. We'll just leave it at that. But like, it teaches you so much on like you don't want to do something, or like you're doing something and you know that like you have to stop, or like you have a limited time to do this.
Yeah.
And it's just like the discipline that it teaches you, like failing in the gym, or like doing that extra thing, or accomplishing something new, or just staying consistent on a program. You know, like you have chest, you have back, you have a certain weight and reps you have to do, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, like you hang out with some guys that night and they're like, oh dude, let's fuck around, let's like see how much we can move. And it's just, it teaches you to not do it. And like apart from that too, like it teaches me a lot with the brand too, like the discipline I have for it. Like it's like fucking 2-3 in the morning, and like I'm just laying in my bed, and like what do? Like I DM like 50 to 100 counts. that I never spoke to every single night.
Networking.
Hell yeah.
I don't want to do it. I'm tired. I'd rather just watch TikTok and go to bed. But, like, I do it. I wake up the next day, and maybe I have, like, 12 or 15 replies. And from there,
There we go.
you know, like, then maybe I'll message them back. I'll tell them about the brand more. And then, like, those 12 or 15 replies narrow down to maybe, like, 1 to 5 sales. I make 5 sales off of that. And then some of those people want to be, like, affiliates to the brand. So it's just kind of like putting in that extra time, that extra hustle, like reaching the extra milestone, going for that extra step. Like, you don't really fucking think about it until, like, you do it. And then it's just like, oh my God, like, there's weeks that I'll go, like, there's days that I'll go without making a single penny. And it's just like, well, shit. But I look at it, why? Because those nights, like, I didn't message people. I didn't hustle. I didn't travel, like, a half hour to this new gym I never heard about just to go there and talk to a bunch of bodybuilders and pros and just a bunch of people. And it's like, when you do that, then you see the reward from it. It's just like,
That is the grind. Consistency
Yeah.
and just getting after it. And Exhibit A, it's paying off in front of our eyes, Rand.
I think that's really cool that, like you said, it's if you're not working, then it's not working. So, like, yeah, if you're not spending that time to go out there and do it, like, you're not going to get anything out of it. So I think that's, like, just like life. It's like you get what you put in.
It's
and
true.
I feel like I've seen you put in the work, like, consistently day in, day out, both whether it was the brand or whether it was your personal fitness or whether it was for even your education. You know what I mean? Even, like, you centered your education around this. I remember before, I mean, definitely speak on it yourself, but I remember before you wanted to do, like, engineering, and then you decided to switch it to a business major strictly to just kind of help you out with running your business. So, yeah, speak on that.
I mean, it's definitely like, you know, changing that major to something different. It was just like, it's a big sacrifice. And, like, it's kind of like, holy shit, it's like, is this really going to benefit me?
It's defining. It's a defining moment, yeah.
It is, but, like,
Yeah.
at the same time, like, you go to college, you study for 4 years, you get a piece of paper, you know, you go to a job application, and, like, you basically just start fresh. Like, I don't care if you
True.
go to fucking, like,
Yeah, you don't know anything at that job.
you don't. I mean,
In
I mean,
particular.
I'm a big believer, and I'm sure people would counter that and say that I'm wrong here, but I'm a big believer, like, if you go to, like, UMass Amherst, or you go to, like, UNH, or you go to, like, Tampa University or whatever, like, if you get a degree but you go to the same job, if you all go to that same job and you get hired, like, they're going to teach you their way or no way. It's like you either listen to the boss or you're not going to get your paycheck. You're not going to go far.
Right.
You're right. I think, like, a lot of people, even not myself, struggle with having bosses. I think having a boss is tough. That's why, like, you don't want a boss. You want a leader. Like, that's what like, if I were to be a boss, or what I would want out of my own bosses, I would just want them to be a leader and not, you know, not boss around. I feel like boss around.
Yeah, boss is a bad
It's an old school way of thinking.
negative connotation to that word, you know?
It's
It
an
is.
old
Yep.
being like that. Bossing around, I feel like has just it's an old school thing, like where they feel like, oh, they gotta be on your ass, or they got a helicopter, they gotta micromanage, they gotta kind of, you know, yell at you or whatever. And I think that's silly. I think, like, nowadays you want to lead by example. And I think that's the best way to, you know, enhance people's lives. And I feel like that's kind of you right now. You're kind of leading the way. You're doing your own thing. You said fuck the boss,
Paving
fuck that,
paving the path.
paving your own path. So
I mean,
talk about that.
God, dude, like as a kid, like, I think it was, like, during the spike of COVID, and I see these fitness influencers, and, like, I see these people, and all they fucking do is work out.
Yeah.
Now, mind you,
That's the thing.
mind you, like, they've been in the gym for, like, decades and decades, and, like, they're fucking huge, you know. But, like,
Yep.
they're posting one video, and it's getting, like, millions of views, and they get millions of likes, and they make what an average person would make, like, in a whole years of bust-assing labor just from one fucking video. And, like, a lot
Wild.
of people in the generation, like, that I live in, like, with certain, like, family members and just, like, you know, just, like, other outside, you know, role models or just other outside people, like, they're just like, you know, like, you're going to college, you're going to get a job, you're going to work hard for somebody else. It's like, I'm not going to work. My dream, like, yeah, like, will I maybe have to work for somebody and make some extra money? Yes, but what am I going to do with that is invest it into this.
True.
Yes.
Like, I look at it this way, like,
Hell
a year
yeah.
ago, I started the brand from nothing. It was just an idea. Actually, I remember I started Steel Asylum. The original username was steel.asylum. But that night, I remember I fucking DM'd a ton of people telling them about the brand. And then Instagram banned the page because they thought I was a bot. I just created the page and they were just like, oh my God. So instantly I was like so depressed because I got like 100 followers in like 2 days.
Damn.
And then the Instagram banned the page. And I was just like,
Wild.
that was a stupid idea. I should never just make it again. I'll just stop. So I was just like, nah, like I got this. So I made Steel_Asylum, which is what we have now.
Yeah.
A year later, like I went from
Wow.
like these shitty ass like printed from a printer shirts that were like duct taped onto a t-shirt. And a year later, like I'm sitting at over 100 pieces of apparel. It's all like handmade and designed by me.
Hell yeah.
I have my own supplement line. Like, bro, like I'm 20 years old and like I literally have like 500 tubs of my pre-workout sitting like in my house, and I have like 25 to 50 tubs in the back of my car, and like all I do is just go around and talk to people about it. And like now I have pre-workout shots, and like I have custom
Yeah,
like,
the shots is actually a really cool idea. I want to talk about that.
yeah, but I also have two like custom laser engraved gym belts, and I'm going through somebody local A&C American Nutrition Center is in Everett.
Everett, yes.
Yeah. So my best friend from college.
Shouts out, by the way.
Shout out
Big
to
shouts.
Peter, bro. Huge shout out to Peter.
Shout out Peter. We hope you're watching on the live as well.
Peter, you better be here, bro. But long story. So like when I got the pre-workout, like I just called and I went to like every single fucking supplement store I could think of, like everyone.
Yeah.
And I went there and I was just like, hey, you know, I'm a small brand owner. You know, I just started this. I just launched my pre-workout. I already sold a couple hundred tubs online. I was like, you know, I was wondering if you guys would want to like maybe grab like 10 or 15 and sell it here. You make some profit. And like a few people were just like, yeah, we respect this kid. He's coming in here. He's so young.
Hell yeah.
And they were just like, sure, we'll take a shot on it. This guy buys 5, this guy buys 10. Next thing you know, they call me up next week and they're just like, yeah, you know, we want some more.
Hell
A
yeah.
couple people are just like, no, like, no, thank you. We just don't think it's good. There was this one gym. I don't want to say the name because I do train there a lot down at school, so I don't want people to bash them, especially on the live stream.
Yeah.
Facts.
But I went there, and at the beginning, I had my pre-workout launch. I said to them, I was like, hey, I'm very friendly with the owner, and I was like, I just launched my own pre-workout. I was like, I was wondering, you guys sell supplements here. Do you want to sell something local? I'm like, I can give them to you for a really good price, and you'll make some money off of it. And they were
Hell
like,
yeah.
they were like, no, thank you. We don't, right now, like I have so much stuff that I can't sell here. But I asked them, I was like, but do I have permission to go around still and just hustle and promote my brand? And the guy loved me. He was just like, yeah, man, of course. I was like, sweet. So I go there every single day after college, every day. And I'm selling like 10 tubs this day, 5 tubs that day, 20 tubs this day. I go back to tell my roommate, like, dude, like, I just sold like a fucking $1,000 of pre in one day.
Hell yeah.
Next thing you know, like,
Grinding.
it's
Grinding.
literally, like the last day of college, the last day, I'm in there, and one of the trainers, I'm in middle of a sales pitch. This kid turns around. He was just like, hey, aren't you the kid with the pre-workout? And I was just like, yeah. And you're just like, well, do you think I could grab a tub? So I'm like, hell yeah, brother. I'll hook you up with a good deal. So I give him a good deal. I'm handing him the tub of pre-workout. This trainer comes over and he taps me on the shoulder. He's like, hey, can I talk to you for 2 seconds? And I was just like, yeah, sure, man. Just give me 1 minute. He fucking rips the tub of pre out of my hand as I'm giving it to the guy. And he's just like, no, it's about this. He's like, if I catch you selling one of these tubs of pre-workout again, he's like, I'm kicking you out of this gym. You're never allowed to come back here again. And I said to him, I was like, whoa. I'm like, this kid, he approached me right now. I'm like, this was all him approaching me. I'm not going to lie and say that I don't sell this stuff and own it. You know, it's kind of a,
Yeah. Man of your word, man of honor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not a liar.
But I'm not going to turn down $45,
Right.
Yeah.
But long story short, like he gives it back to me. He's like, if I catch you selling this, he's like, your ass is out of here. So I'm like, all right, I'm sorry, bro. So he gives me the tub of pre back. So the guy hands me $45. I give him the ton of pre. So the guy's like, all right, you got to go, bro. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, he approached me. Next thing you know, this big motherfucker, he has my back, and he's like, yo, like, leave the fucking kid alone, man. He's a young kid. He's hustling. He's grinding. And then he's just like, ever since he started selling this pre-workout here, he's like, I haven't sold a single damn supplement on that shelf. Everyone has his. You're giving
taking
out samples.
all the profits.
Exactly. And I'm just like, look, I'm not doing it out of disrespect. I'm like, you're not the owner. Well, the owner's not here. I'm like, I don't care, bro. You're not the owner, but I'm not going to cause a scene, whatever. So the dude that backed me up, he's like, come on, Anthony. Let's go outside and set up a fucking booth, and we'll sell pre like 30 feet away from the fucking door. So I'm like,
Genius.
okay. So we go out front, and we set up a booth, and I put like 15, 20 tubs of pre on the table, and I sell every single one, and I made like $1,000. And I drove home that night because it was the last day of college, and it was kind of like that silent, like, F you, like, I told you so, whatever. I just bit my tongue. I was the bigger man. I won, and I left. But I go back in 2 weeks. So hopefully that guy doesn't recognize me or remember that scenario.
That's a crazy story that happened to you.
That's
but I mean,
awesome.
Like you said,
That
as
is
long as
awesome.
you had the owner's
Dude,
blessing,
the
then I
owner's
think
awesome.
you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, like, you know, I'm not going to throw out the names, but, like, the owner's a great guy. Like, I absolutely love him.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Big shout out
to him. But yeah, and then back to the belts. So I'm calling all these supplement stores, these gyms. I call this guy up, Peter at ANC, and I call him up.
Shout out, Peter.
Shout out again, Peter. And I knew him from a friend, and I've been there to buy some stuff in the past, so he was familiar with me. And I said, I'm like, do you want to do some pre-workout deals? And he was just like, well, how much are you selling it for? And I told him the price, and he just said, like, it's not a good profit for me. I was like, that's fine, brother. I appreciate the time. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm like, fuck, dude, the industry wants belts. So I drive down to Everett. I go in his store. I'm like, hey, man. I'm like, look, do you want to make a deal on belts? And he was just like, hell yeah, brother. But, like,
hell yeah.
But we don't ship them out. I'm like, well, how about I text you the customers, the size of the belt, what they want on it. I'll come down here once a week. I'll pick it up, and then I'll pay you, and then I'll ship them out to the customers. Works for me. We shook hands. We made a deal. Dude, I launched belts, I think, like about a month ago.
A couple months ago. Yeah, sounds about right.
It's recent, real recent.
Very recent.
Yeah, this Friday, I mean, I've been selling them a ton, but, like, this Friday, like, in, like, 2 days, I'm going down there to, like, pick up a big handful of them. So, like, people like them.
Let's go, bro.
And even if customers, like, I try to emphasize, too, like, I'm not all about, like, making profit. Like, you have to sometimes lose money or, like, take a risk and just make somebody happy, and they'll come back. Like, there was this guy, I DM'd him, and just hustling and stuff, and he was like, yo, I want a belt. Do you think you can make a couple belts customized for my business? I was just like, yeah, bro. I'm like, look, how about, you know, I'll sell them to you for this price. It's like an eighth of what I was selling it for. You know, I'll make a few bucks off of it. You can make a decent profit. And then he was just like, yeah, sweet. So I just
so you become the supplier now.
Exactly, bro.
Hell yeah.
It's kind of like you do anything you can. Even if you can make like a profit of like $10 or $20, like throw it aside. You know, put it away in your checking account for your business and like use that profit, because I'm trying to invest in protein powder, which is
smart idea.
Ridiculous. Coming soon. Asylum.
Coming soon.
Steel Asylum protein powder. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, people.
Speaking about all the supplement stuff, which I think you're killing it. Like, Actually, I want to talk about the shots first. I think the shots are like a really great idea.
Yes.
You know, nowadays
we need to hear more about that.
I think nowadays everyone obviously I don't want to compare it to drinking, but people love nips.
No,
it's
dude, it's
super easy.
That's exactly where I got the idea from. I was just
a
like,
nip, right? That's all it is.
Literally, just like a shot, a nip, just something to go. Like, you're on the way to the gym. Actually, my grandmother. Shout out to Grandma. We love you, Grandma.
Shout out, Grandma.
Shouts.
Steel Asylum.
Put a C on that.
Mrs. Steel Asylum.
But actually, it was kind of like, I talked about it with my grandmother and my grandfather, like, right before he passed away. And I was in the hospital with him. And I went in there one day, and I was just like, fuck. I'm like, what the hell can I do to raise more money for protein powder? I'm like, it's not easy. It's not easy. And I said to him, I was just like, and he was like watching his TV, and he looked at me, and he just said, like, he said something stupid. And I was just like, wait. But you did say something that made sense, and I was just like, oh my God. I was just like, if I can only find a way to turn what I already have into something completely different, sell it for a little bit more money, this way I'm not investing in new stock. I'm turning something into something else and making more money off of it.
Let's go.
And that was where the shots came
That's
in.
where the shots came from. So I was just like, oh my God. I
Damn.
was like, what goes good with lemonade? What goes good with lemonade? I'm like, I can do a raspberry lemonade flavor. I can do a strawberry
Okay.
lemonade flavor.
Yep.
The
And
original.
the pre-workout, by the way, does taste very, very good. So, I mean, if that's all you're looking for out of a pre-workout, you can get that. There
It
for
is
sure.
taste bud approved,
Taste bud approved, 100%.
and it does get you jazzed up, I will say.
and it's all natural.
All natural.
Yeah, we don't have
So-
artificial colors. We don't have dyes or artificial flavoring. It's all natural. But
Hell
Was
yeah.
that important to you when making all this?
yeah, definitely. I mean, you go on all these people nowadays, like, look at the food. Like, the whole food industry is all just maybe like 5 monopoly companies.
Yeah.
Like Tyson, Kellogg, like you name
Yeah.
it. Like, I don't know, like all these like salad dressing companies and like all these like foods and meats. Like, it's all like one
Hidden
thing.
Valley.
I mean, Gatorade, bro.
Shout
Like,
out.
they own like so many people.
Yeah.
But like, you look at these ingredients. So like McDonald's French fries, like it's 19 fucking ingredients. 19, like
That's wild.
and then people are complaining like, oh,
I-
like
not
why
surprised,
am I
though.
fat? Why do I have cancer? Why is my blood pressure so high? Like, why do I have to be on all this medication? Why am
Super
I dying at age
processed.
65 years
Yeah.
old? So it's just like, dude, all the stuff you're eating nowadays, it's not like how our ancestors were. They got
For
meat.
sure.
They had vegetables. They had fruits. That's it. They didn't have like red 40, yellow 2. They didn't have like
They have
all
Popeyes.
these. Dude, they didn't have all that
Yeah.
stuff. And look at their physiques. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, we could talk all day about the natural Liver King. But, I mean,
yeah, we
look
could
at
get
his
into that for
physique.
sure.
He was. Yes. Go on. Sorry.
No, take the floor. Take the floor.
I'm just saying. So you think he's ever since he got off the juice, has he declined?
I don't think that he's off the juice. I mean, he came out and he's been posting like day 200 natty.
Day 200 natty.
Oh, so he's off, like, or he's
So he claims. I
I think that he came out natural and released to us saying that I am natural, but he's still taking the juice. But now he doesn't have the guilt. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like once you're on something, it's really hard to come off. Especially, I mean,
that's true.
He's kind of like a really advanced version of me. I mean, he has his own business. He has a few supplements. He has his stuff. But like the way he approached his audience, saying like, if you eat like liver, bone marrow, testicle, and like all this shit,
Yeah.
You'll look like me.
you'll look just like me.
Yeah.
And then, like, mind you, like, the idiot leaked an email saying how he was spending like $10K a month on a bunch of stuff,
steroids,
which is
yeah.
fine. But don't lie to like all your 12,
Yeah.
13-year-old audience, because you're gonna
Yeah.
poison their mind, and like that's where the body dysmorphia comes in. That's where all these issues come in, and
Yep.
like you're
Yeah, good
poisoning the
point.
generation just to buy your stuff.
Yeah, we should definitely let's get a leg going.
There we go.
There we go. Much better. Yeah, really quick, I want to talk about like who are some, other than like Liver King, who are some other like big people in the industry that you like or watch, or you feed off their content. Like, who are some people that you like?
It's weird because I don't really watch a lot of like content creators. So if anything, like I'm just watching, like I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube Shorts,
Yeah.
and I see all these people like Joey Diaz is a fucking riot.
Go.
Joe
I
Rogan,
love Joey Diaz.
Joey
Andrew
Diaz.
and Tristan Tate, and like
Yeah.
Shout out.
who gives a fuck about all their drama? Whatever. The past is the past. The point is, they're like, they're billionaires, and we're not. Right? We're doing something fucking wrong. And if you
Yeah.
listen
True.
to them,
Good point.
like, I mean, if you listen to some of the stuff they say, like, I remember, like, I watched a video, and Tate said, one day I said to my brother, he was just like, wow, this guy has, like, a fucking, like a fucking $150,000 car. And he's like, so? And then he was like, no, how? What do you mean so? He's like, the question is how? Like, if I worked every single fucking day, by the time I retire, I still won't have enough money to buy that car. And there's people that have like up to like $5.2 million to blow in a Bugatti. It's like, what the hell?
Wild.
But it's kind of like, I look at it that way, like, I will never ever, like, my goal, like, I will never be working for like the big boss. That's the
Yeah.
dream. Now, like I said, I might have to make some sacrifices and some smart choices. I believe I got a good head on the shoulder. Like, I'm not just dropping
I would
out.
agree. I would agree.
I'm not just
Definitely.
like dropping out and making a stupid decision to try to like take on like something that's not a future source of income. Like right now, it's just a hobby. I'm trying to build the base. You know, a year
You do
ago,
it for the love of the game.
exactly.
You know?
Like a year ago, like I had nothing, and now the foundation of the house is built. The cement foundation is built, but now like the walls are going, and like they're gonna be fucking going like high as hell. Like, I'm talking like higher than like the Empire State Building.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Hell yeah. Empire State of Mind.
Exactly.
Shout out
And, yeah,
Jay-Z.
you gotta have no for real. Like I'm glad you said it because you gotta have that mindset. You can't like not think that it's like you can't think it's only gonna like you gotta keep breaking ceilings is what I mean. Like you can't think it's gonna be like finite. You gotta think it's got no ceiling.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Which it does.
Which not
Not have a ceiling.
That thing is it's only gonna go as far as you take it. Like where you said, like everything what you put in is what you're gonna get out.
Exactly.
And I think like that's what you're doing, and I feel like you should definitely be proud of yourself that we're going that way.
I try to like like I saw that I hit 5K and I was just like, oh sweet. Then I hit 500. I was like, hell yeah. But I was just like, that's not good enough. Like I want 1K. Now I'm at 5K. I'm like, big whoop. I'm like, by the end of the year,
It's always
like,
milestones.
Exactly. It's like by the end of the year,
Just
it's
checking
like,
them off.
I
Then
want
we got
checking 'em
10K,
off.
then we got
Exactly.
15, 20, and then it just keeps going up and up.
And
you
like
know?
the thing, like, dude, that's a lot of people. Like my mom was like, like 5,000 is huge. I'm like, that's
Think
if you
about
have
it.
5,000 people here that like support me, like that's a lot of people.
Yes,
And like
yes.
if I
Hell
can
yeah.
double that and keep going, and like if I ever see like that 1 mil, it's just like, oh my god.
That is a following.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's loading.
I would say it.
It's on its way. Yeah, that's the thing. Like you do got to think about. Like imagine 5,000 people like in a room.
It's a lot of people.
Like you may think like 5,000 on
It's a lot of
Instagram
people.
isn't like crazy, but then you put them in a room and you're like, holy shit, it's a lot of fucking people.
I said that to one of my buddies, my best friend from college. He just
Shouts.
two weeks ago from Saturday, he competed in his very first bodybuilding show.
That's
And
hype.
Wow.
What did he do? He came first place. He got his pro
No,
card.
he didn't really.
And he's
Pro
like,
card, let's go.
Dude, like,
Give it up for him. What's
Yeah,
his name?
shouts out.
Kyle Sampson, buddy.
Shout out,
Shout out Kyle
Shout out
Sampson.
Kyle.
Kyle Sampson. Shout
Congrats,
out.
brother. That's awesome.
But I said to him, I was just like, he was just like, bro, like, now what? And I was like, what do you mean now what? I'm like, you're a pro. I'm like, you have a fucking career. I'm like, you did it.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I said, I was just like, but I was like, I know you. I'm like, you got to keep your head on the shoulders, bro. Finish school, get a degree, keep doing what you're doing. Now from ANBF, I'm like, now go to OCB. I'm like, then maybe in the future, if you want to take it to the extreme, go to IFBB, go to NPC. Then who the hell says you can't do Olympia? Like you.
Who
just,
says you can't?
No one,
you know?
dude. Like anyone who says that you can, like I always just say, like, watch me, because I will.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You take it as far as
You just gave me
want
the
it to
chills
go.
right there. You just gave me the chills.
Did I?
You should feel the tension in the room right now. I'm serious.
No, but
Because I believe it. That's
I
the thing. I
appreciate it.
believe it.
yeah, Ty is big into energy and like big into like you said, what you put in is what you get out. And like that thing is like if he wants to
fact.
take it to like those big like Olympia stages, it's just gonna be how much he puts in, how bad he wants it.
Yeah. I really
You know?
wish that my brother Jay was on this live,
That'd be
because
sick.
I'm about to talk about him
Shoot him a
a ton
text.
right
Shoot him
now.
a text.
Right? Walk
Hey, if
over there.
anyone knows Jay,
Hey, let's talk about Jay.
tell him to hop on. Tell him to hop on live.
Older brother or younger
Everyone,
brother?
well, he's not even related. He's just kind of like, that dude, the bodybuilder I always post about. He came to the gym. I don't know if you saw him.
But he's your brother.
He's my dude. I'd literally take a bullet for the guy. Like
fucking
I
go.
absolutely love that
Shouts.
guy. But
Big shouts
He's a
to Jay.
genuine good ass dude.
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
walk over to the live and DM this to him and just be like, "You better join, because you're
Yeah.
about to get fucking like hyped the hell
Do your
up."
thing. Do your thing. Go
Yes.
for it. And everyone that's on the live, feel free to ask any questions. Feel
Yeah,
free
ask
to,
any questions. Let's see what we got.
Show. Mom's still showing love. What a great
Yeah,
woman.
Mom's showing love. Shout out. QNO Fitness. It's all about transparency. I think that was referring to Liver King and, talking about his steroid use. I agree. Transparency is key. Especially when you have that big of a following, like Anthony said.
No, yeah, transparency is. I think it's key in any situation. I think in the fitness industry itself.
Especially if you're on that level with that physique.
Right. I think in the fitness
Yeah,
industry itself, it's just like you said. There's a lot of people that are not educated and are susceptible to like.
Gavin just shoot me a DM. He says, "How do you get sponsored?" Brother, shoot me a DM and we'll talk. We'll get something going.
Let's go.
But-
Shoot him a
Shoot-
DM.
shoot
All
him a
right.
DM.
So I don't
We're
know.
all taking it. We're taking him.
I
yeah.
DM'd Jay. If he joins, great. But if not, I still gotta just be honest and talk.
Fuck yeah.
So a year. Oh shit.
Put him back on now. No, take your time.
Yeah,
take
no,
your time.
these are funky headphones.
Yeah, they're on a swivel, so it's odd.
Well, if he joins, great. If not, I'll just clip this and send it to him. But
Fuck yeah.
so long
Bless you.
story short,
Thank
so
you.
a year ago, I think it was last summer, and this bodybuilder DM me, and he's just like, hey, if you're looking for someone to do some promo and just to like represent the brand with a good physique, a bodybuilder physique, I'm a pro. He's just like, send me a couple things and I'll take some pictures and send them over your way.
What a good ass dude.
I'm like, well, wait a second. So the business side of me comes out. I'm like, hey, if you buy something, I was like, I'll send you like a free T-shirt or a stringer or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So he buys him and his wife, who's also a pro. And
Let's go.
so he buys them 2 custom hoodies.
Hell yeah.
And, I'm making it. I got the order packaged up. It's all beautiful. And next thing you know, I look at the shipping address, and I'm like, this motherfucker, he lives in North Andover. So I'm like, wait a second. I
No way.
I DM him, and I'm just like, yo, I'm like, you literally live 15 minutes away. Want to meet up on Wednesday and collab and get a workout? I'm like, he's like, hell yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
next thing you know, he drives to Barry's gym. We meet there.
Yes, sir.
And this giant guy comes out of the gym, and he's just like, I'm like, oh my god, hi, right? But dude, the guy is like such a humble heart. Like he was there, he's been there for me for everything, and I've only known him for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And he knew I didn't even fucking meet the guy, and like he knew like I was hyping and I needed some help with my pre-workout and all that stuff. I meet up with him. Whatever I fucking need, he gave it to me. He helped me out, and I was just like, dude, like I cannot like
Can't repay you.
dude, like,
enough.
thank
That's
you
awesome.
so much.
Shout out Jay. Shout out Jay.
He's
Good
there
ass
for me,
dude.
right? No, I just met this guy, and mind you, I could just like took his advice and whatever the hell and ignored him, but I was just like, I see a connection with this guy.
Yeah.
So mind you, like he's older than me. Like the man just turned 42, so happy birthday to the guy.
Hey,
Shout out Jay. Happy
shout out
birthday.
Jay.
42, big 42.
But long
Still looking
story
great. Looks
short,
32.
I mean, like, like he messaged me and like we hung out, and like this guy every single day when I'm in college sends me motivation stuff. Like
Wow.
he's like, morning big dog. He was just like, let's kill it today. Like you got this. You got a good head on your shoulders. I love you, brother. Keep going. Every single fucking day he sent that.
Wow.
So I go home for
Damn.
winter break and we meet up. We work out every single day. And I'm just like, dude, like I did it. I got the pre-workout in stock. We take a photo shoot. We get the hype going. I launched the pre-workout. The day that my papa was first admitted into the ICU, it was the day of my pre-workout launch. My head's
Wow.
fucking spinning. My car
Yeah.
doesn't work. I'm like, what do? I got to get home. Jay's just like, shoot me a text. The wife will come down. She'll pick you up, no problem. But last minute, my buddy's just like, yo, like, I got you. Let's go. So he takes me, and I'm just
Shout
like,
out,
dude.
buddy.
I'm like, Jay, I fucking love you. Thank you so much, man. Next thing you know, I get home. My mom's texting me. She's like, sad times, right? But she's just like, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep the pre-workout launching? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, because this guy, Papa's going to be fine, and he's going to fucking kill me if I postpone this shit.
Hell yeah.
So I launched it. I don't really pay attention to it. I'm spending time with him. I'm hanging out. I go visit him the next day. He's better. He's fine. He's out of the ICU. He's in whatever. Long story short. And like I check, he's like, how'd the pre-workout go? I'm like, wow. I'm like, this man remembers. So I checked the sales, and I almost died. I was just like, oh my God, dude. I'm like, I sold like 100 fucking tubs in like 24 hours. And my papa was just like,
Let's
get the
go.
hell out of here. Are you kidding me? You're going to put me back in the hospital if you're lying to me. I'm like, no, I'm serious. This is awesome. So, I mean, I tell Jay, I'm like, dude, oh my God, like I did it. And he was just like, I'm so fucking proud of you, brother. I love you. Keep it up. However, he was just like, what's up, Barry? Barefoot Athletics.
Hey,
Barry
shouts
joined.
Shout out Bear. Shout out Bear.
But, and then he was just like, that was for you, Barry. But he's like, he's like, that's awesome. But he was just like, tomorrow's a new day. Let's grind in. Because he's a businessman himself. Like, this is his job.
Yep.
He's had, like, way more experience than me. But, like, he's rubbing it off on me and teaching me all these lessons. So, next thing you know, I go to, like, his first, well, not his first, but my first ever bodybuilding show was at the Cutler Classic. And
Yes,
I
sir.
met Jay
You
Cutler.
met
Shout
Jay
out
Cutler.
Jay
I saw
Cutler.
that.
Yeah, I
Shouts
met him
Jay
there.
Cutler.
I knew he was going to be there. Shout out to Jay.
Shout out
And
Jay.
Jay
Come on the pod. Thank
Shouts
Yep.
to both Jays.
Shout out to both Jays.
you. Yeah, both Jays.
But I was
Both
there.
are huge. Both from Mass.
Yeah, both from Massachusetts, yes. So we meet up and we go there, and I knew Jay Cutler was going to be there. Brought him a T-shirt. We took some pictures. It was awesome. From there, you know, I watched Jay's show. I went around. I fucking talked and promoted and hustled to all of these other like actual like pros that have been in the industry for decades, and it's just like wow, like I'm really shaking the hands with like 5-time Mr. Olympia here. This guy who won the NPC show.
And I bet you made them look small.
No, yeah, I wish, right?
Tiny.
Now I will.
Soon.
Yeah, now you will. Hell yeah.
But from there, so like Jay's on stage, he gets down, and like mind you, this guy has been like hustling for this show. He's been dieting strict, like he's like
going through it.
He needs some food, right?
Yeah, he's going through it.
But he's just like, why don't you go talk to this guy? I know this guy. Why don't you talk to this guy? He's a pro. Why don't you talk to this guy? Go talk to every single one. I'm selling this. I'm selling this. I'm selling this just because this guy is giving me advice.
Wow.
And like not one time did I just like sit on my ass and just fucking like relax. Like I'm just talking to everyone. I talked to this guy who's brand new. He has a supplement store, and like he's just like, why don't you swing by the store? So he bought like I think like 15 tubs of pre. He sells them. He's a good guy. His name is D. I don't know if that's short for something.
Shout out to D.
He's cool.
Shout out to
He's
D.
pretty cool. Very knowledgeable. And next thing you know, like, Jay, he had his bodybuilding show, and then he's helping me model with this. I'm working out with him. I'm just having a fucking blast. The guy literally takes me on like as a son. Like this guy literally takes me on as a son. I always text him. I'm like, dude, I really can't appreciate like how you're such like a fatherly figure, like you're like a brother, you're a role model, you're an influencer, like him and his wife both. I'm like, I really don't deserve this. Like I appreciate it. And they're like, kid,
awesome.
like we see potential. Like we don't want this to just go out the way. So, and it's just like they've been there forever, right? So, and like
wow.
then
So cool.
Papa passed away. I tell Jay because he knows everything.
R.I.P.
He knew how he was doing. So, when's the service? I'll be right there. Like he was there through the whole fucking thing, and like just the
nice.
comfort, the respect I have for that was awesome. And like I generally know, like you kind of like know, like my best friend from high school and like childhood, like he'll be with me till the day I die. And like like a couple, maybe one or two guys from college will, like I definitely know he will, and I've known him for the shortest amount of time, and like
wow.
I trust him the most. I'm the most comfortable around him, and like just him and his wife are just like the absolute, like you couldn't ask for like a better like friends, like parental like figures, like role models, like just influencers. It's just awesome.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's awesome.
What you were telling me about him texting you like daily, just like, hey, go and kill it today. Hey, go, like just already like starting your day off with positive vibes. And like I think that's so important. I think that's so awesome that he does that for you, because like, one, what a great energy from him. He's giving that energy out because he, like you said, he recognizes it in you. And also, like, he's making your day. He's making everyone's day better by always being positive. Like, I can't imagine a situation ever where, like, being negative and complaining towards a situation is ever going to help anyone or anything around it. You know what I mean? So when you were going through that, like, struggle where it was sad times, life was just rough, the roller coaster was down, he was kind of there to let you know, hey, like, things are going to be all right. You're going to be on the up. And, like life is just all about balancing the highs and the lows. And I think you're just on a high right now. And I think that's awesome. I hope that fucking keeps going. I hope it's linear. I hope it's fucking
it will be.
I think that's awesome that you have someone in your life like that provides you that energy even when you may not have it yourself. Because a big thing is, like, it's hard to have motivation every day. As you know, like, I bet there are days where you don't want to go to the gym, but you're like, fuck it, I gotta go.
No,
I mean?
It's not like that. It's kind of
really?
like Gary's just like, yo, like you just finished a max out program. Like your central nervous system, and he was right, bro. He was like, just
tough.
like, dude, once this adrenaline wears off after maxing out, you're gonna feel like you just fell off a roof. I'm like, nah, I'll be fine. Dude, me and my best friend, after we max out, we go to this buffet, we eat a ton of meat. It was like hot pot. We went to this hot to pot place. It was
shout out hot
great.
pot.
It was
delicious.
so good.
That's awesome.
Dude, that night that I drove home, like, I literally felt like I was about to fucking die. Like, I felt like
it hit you like a bus.
Like, that feeling where, like, you jump and, like, your legs are locked and you just, like, you know what I'm talking? I don't know how to explain
Well, you got
it.
a cramp and you're...
No, bro. Like, you jump off of a building or a structure and, like, you land on your legs
feel like
straight.
you're falling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you feel it throughout your whole body.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Dude, like, that
just
whole...
stuns you.
I remember, I think I went to bed at, like, 6 o'clock at night, and I just slept like shit. I felt like ass the next day. And then, I woke up, like, what did I do? Like, I go to the gym.
Hell
I
yeah.
went to a different gym, so I didn't get yelled at. Barry's texting me. He's just like, yo, like, did you die or something? Like, I haven't seen you in here in, like, days. I was just like, yeah, I've just been doing, like, some, like, bodybuilding splits and some, like, other stuff, and it's nice, and now I'm back on
Shouts
program.
Barry for checking in.
Yeah.
Good ass guy, good
Sure, I'm
energy.
alive.
But also, speaking of maxes, because also it sounds like you put in a lot of work on a max day. Let's hear where you are. We know you've been working hard in the gym. We know you're, like you just said,
Hey,
consistent.
shouts Mel, shouts fucking Barry.
Yeah, shouts
By the
everyone.
way. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, so let's hear the maxes right now,
Yes,
Yeah.
tell everyone
because we know you've been grinding.
about the progress. Yeah, let your progress show.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to sound like, I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I'm just answering the question.
No,
You know, I started
not
the program.
Exactly.
arrogant at all.
We want. This is what the people want
That's
to
what
hear.
people want. People love numbers.
Dude, yeah, damn right. You
They
know?
love numbers.
I love
They love the
numbers too
numbers.
when it's cha-ching, cha-ching. But, but I mean, long story.
Yes,
so,
thank you. Love that.
but we're at,
Oh,
I think, the end of college, I like half rep squatted like fucking 410, like a joke. It sucked. Bench 315 with my ass above my face and fucking breaking my back on like 500 for like maybe 1 or 2. So
Sir.
I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna have a herniated disc. So
Hey.
I'm just like, shut up, listen to Barry, bro. He's
Yeah.
been in the industry his whole life. Just listen to him.
He's a good leader.
I listened to him. I got on the program. I did the work. I was disciplined and consistent. I didn't do shit that I wasn't supposed to do. You know, I was consistent. I rested, which is very key.
You did it the way it should
It's probably
be
the
done.
most important thing.
The right way.
Towards the end of the program, before max out, like, I think my biggest AMRAP was 500 pounds. I think I did it for like 6 or 8 reps. So on deadlift, and then bench was, I think it was 285. I did it for 8, and then squats was 400, and I did it for 6. So I go to max out, and I have these goals in my head. I was like,
You got
I
a
need
number?
to squat at
You
least.
got a
like,
number?
I'm like, I got to squat at least 425, bench 315, and deadlift like 550. So I get in there that day. I'm hyped up. I bought like a dozen of donuts to keep me refueled throughout all the maxes.
Hell yeah.
And I squatted 450 to start. Then I went to bench. I threw 335.
Hold on, slow down. So we hit a 450 squat.
450.
450, and I had more. Like, I knew I could have tossed on the 25s.
And this is after half repping 410.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude,
And barely
that's
getting it.
fucking 450
That's
is
progress.
not a joke. That's a lot of weight. Trust
Oh,
me.
Jay just joined.
Let's go.
Yo, Jay.
Shout out Jay.
Jay.
Great guy.
Jay, round of applause, brother.
Yo.
Yeah, we got
He
a round
can't
of
hear it,
applause.
but we're putting on
He can't hear it, but the pod can hear it. Shout out Jay.
Jay,
That's
I just
awesome.
went on a huge rampage on like our whole history and stuff like that together. I'd hate to do it again because it's going to take a long time.
You can find it on the YouTube for
But
sure.
I will clip that beautiful section and I will send it to you. Long story short, while you're
Just
here,
showing love.
you just got to listen. I was telling the boys, I was just like, I met this guy a year ago. He DM'd me. He became like the best fatherly figure. He became like the best like role model, the brother. He became this best guy, like
Source of
genuinely-
energy.
Literally,
Just ball of
genuinely
energy.
someone. There's like maybe a few people that I would take a bullet for. Obviously, it's my family, my best friend. I would definitely take like 5 for you. 100%. But
Shouts
Hey.
Jay. Let's
I
go.
was saying you did
Great
that.
guy.
You helped me with the pre-workout. You gave me motivation texts in college. You were there for me and my family when my papa passed away. Like, there's no other man that would do that or just step up and fucking act like an alpha and bring somebody up.
Great
other
point.
than
Great
you.
point.
Hell
So
yeah.
I fucking appreciate it, man. I love
Amazing.
you to death. And I'm hyped for our lift and our lunch on Sunday. It better be good.
Let's go. Let's go.
But
Better feed this man right.
dude, you better feed the big dog.
No, yeah, I wanna shout out Jay for, like I said like earlier. I think that bringing that energy for you, like being there for you on like the dark days, just letting you know, hey, like things are gonna be fine. He's telling you, let's kill it today. Let's have a good day, even though things aren't great. Let's just have a good day,
Bro,
one
like-
day at a time.
Like,
I think that's
you
great.
literally, like, you wake up in college to a ding at fucking like 5 o'clock in the morning. You're exhausted. I go to bed at 3 in the morning because I'm working on the brand. Sushi and slanging weights. Ooh,
Let's
hell
go.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, dude.
Okay.
Shouts Jay.
I wake up.
Shout
like,
out Shrimp Tempura.
I go to bed at like 3 a.m. I'm working on the brand. I don't go out with the boys. I don't party. I don't go out and drinking. I don't go out and play
You're on your
pool.
grind.
I work on
Hell yeah.
Friday and Saturday nights. While the other guys are partying, I got the dorms to myself. I'm making clothes. Fucking get 2 hours of sleep. Bing. Good morning, brother. It's gonna be a great day today. Kill it.
Let's
I
go.
fucking love you, dude. It's the best messages like a young guy
Hell
can
yeah.
get. Hearing
Fuck
it from
yeah.
like someone that like you look up to as like an alpha and like
Exactly.
a man. It's kind of like, dude, this guy fucking believes in me. Like this guy, I'm
Can't let him down.
no, dude.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like him and my grandfather like were the men that I really looked up to and like I respected a ton. And it's just like, holy shit. It's just like I ain't fucking letting this guy down. You know.
Hell yeah, dude.
Here you go.
But yeah,
It's
I
amazing.
want to talk about, alpha male is a.
But hold on, we sorry to cut you off.
Oh
man.
wait, yes,
we
yes,
still
yes,
didn't get to it.
Yes, let's finish. So we were on the 450
Damn, we need
squat.
some bug spray. Holy shit.
Yeah, we
Wait,
do
hold-
need some bug spray.
Hold on now.
I
Do we
feel
got
like
some?
we
Hold
gotta
on
have
now.
something.
We got some. Hold on now. Hold on now.
That's
Pause in
my
the
bad.
chat.
That's the only problem about being in New England. Yeah. So I think that. Oh, here we go. Didn't you have a candle?
We did have a candle somewhere.
You're the best.
Oh, I got one inside.
BRB.
Yeah. Where? Yeah. Do your thing. Do your thing. We're taking a quick break, real quick. We should have prepared for this better. That's on me. We should get screens. That would be a smart idea, right? Soon. That's next investment.
Once you get the ad revenue from the pod.
Yeah, exactly. We're just waiting for the monetization. Shout out YouTube, sponsor us, whatever it is.
I'm guessing he's gone. All the fun people gone. I said what I had to say.
No, you good. Hey, we're gonna be on here for as long as you want, so we can tune back in.
Dude, it's summer. I could talk to fucking 2 a.m.
Dude, I gotta know where to be. This is what. I wanted to have some good conversation. I feel like you always. Every time we're in the gym, we always have good dialogue. So that's
every
why,
time we're in the gym, like we're
Yeah.
talking. It's just like, dude, like I gotta go hit this set, or I'm not gonna get a workout in.
Yeah,
Well,
we talk too much. That's the
we
problem.
do.
Yeah, but that's the gym, right? Just like
You
you're
go-
connecting with people that have the same.
Dude, I just blasted
Elation.
back. I blasted back last night with Jay, and like he was introducing me to a bunch of people to talk to that might want to buy the brand, and like 80 to 90% of the time they do.
Let's go.
And he's like, yo, go talk to this person. I'm like, go talking to them. Talk
We're
with them.
back.
He's on the other side of the fucking gym, and like the gym's packed. He fucking screams. He's like, yo, Ant, the fucking weight's not gonna move itself. I'm like, hey, give me a chance, all right?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to spray this.
He does have a point there.
He does, and then I move it, and then he starts talking, and I'm just like,
good.
yo, I'm like, the weights aren't gonna
My
move
bad.
themselves.
No, that isn't. I want to talk about that after we get all your maxes too. So, so 450 squat, right? We
Huge,
left on that.
huge.
Let's go. So, did you go in order of squat, bench, dead like you would
I
in the
did.
meat?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
He
So
was
you just
there.
had like a
Smart
mock
man.
meet, basically.
Yeah, he was there the whole time for two reasons. One,
Spot,
because
yeah.
like he knows I've been working hard. He wants to be there to watch it. And two, because like he knows that like if I don't have him to listen to and be disciplined by, like I'm gonna keep throwing more weight on for squat. And one, I'm either gonna get hurt, or two, I'm gonna lose all potential on like my bench and my deadlift.
Yes.
So he was just like, you're gonna have 3 attempts. He's like, your first attempt is gonna be your previous max, which
Yep.
fucking flew. Then from there,
Flew.
he made the jump, and I think we went from 410 to 435.
Yep.
435 was the same speed as 410, and then
Hell
he
yeah.
was just like, let's
450.
go to 450. I'm like, sweet. It was definitely a fight, but I was probably like an RPE, like
True
maybe
max.
like 8. No, it was probably like an 8. And I'm like, dude, I got more. I'm like, can I put on like 455, 460, maybe 500? And he's just like
500.
he's just like no. He was just like, not happening, because you're gonna gas out or you're gonna hurt yourself. He was just like, you want to.
You already made a huge
You're
jump.
just like, deadlift's your lift. He's like, you want energy for that, or do you want to kill yourselves here? And I was like, all right. So
deadlift is also
What do you
your lift for sure.
bedlift. Bench has always been like my worst lift because I sucked at it.
Bench sucks. Yeah.
I used to suck at it. I'm like, it was embarrassing, bro. Like, I'm a big guy. I can lift weights on deadlifts. I can squat a little bit, and like my bench is like shit. So
I feel like it's like that for a lot of people.
let's just say,
Yeah, you can't be good at everything.
You can't, but
Can't have
like
it all.
I'm so hard on myself. Like I have
Yeah.
to be, right?
Yep.
But my real 1 rep max that like my ass didn't come like off the bench in college was like probably like 295. It was like an actual
Solid.
like comfortable rep. So I think like the 300 to 315 range, it was just an ego lift. It was just honestly, it was just dicking around with the boys. Like, dude, I got
That's
this.
how
Let's
you
go.
begin. That's how it starts.
So I got on the program with him and I trained for it, and then we go into max that day, and we throw on my first attempt 300. moved just as quick as probably like 225. And then we get into the next attempt, 3 wheels, baby. Oh, no, we did 320. So it was 320. I was like, dude, this is a huge fucking PR. And it flew. And I was just like,
3
oh my
wheels
God.
and a quarter.
Hold on, really quick. I want to tell people what it feels like to hold 315 on a bench.
Damn right.
It
They were clean as fuck, Jay. He said it. If you're listening to an NPC champion here
Clean.
saying
Oh,
that
yeah.
it's clean, then it's clean.
It's clean. It's clean.
Clean rap. There's no
Hell yeah.
There's no no competition against it. It was correct. 100% clean, would have passed on the meet for sure. But like for anybody that like doesn't know what 315 3 plates feels on a bench, it literally feels crushing. I've never hit 315.
Feels like a feather.
I've tried it. I've attempted. Just nope. It just feels like a fucking house on you.
Coming soon though. Loading.
So
Loading.
You throwing that at the roof was fucking so hype.
So then my last attempt, we did 335, and I was just like, dude, if I hit this, like, I'm going to fucking lay an egg. I was like, there's no way that I'm going to get
House
this.
gonna explode. Let's go.
And I got it, and I was just like, wow. I was just like,
Shouts.
I did it.
Hell yeah.
Like, so I was just like, all right, let's regroup. Let's go back to step 1. It's time for deadlifts, my favorite fucking lift. So, mind you, the real 1 rep max is about 500 at the time for maybe 1 or 2 good reps.
Yes, sir. Which is big weight.
It's a lot. I mean, dude, that's a quarter of a ton. That's a lot of 500 pounds.
500.
Is a
Quarter
lot
of a ton,
weight.
dude.
Not light. It's not light.
And then we get to 500, and 500. I think it was 525 for my first attempt. It was so easy. Then we did 550, and like the video I have of it flying, dude, it was nuts. I didn't even hitch. I just stood up with the weight, got it.
Let's go.
And I'm just like, oh my God. I was like, I got 6 wheels, baby. 585. I loaded
go.
up, and I'm just like, oh, let's get it. All of a sudden, I'm talking to Barry. I'm like, do you think I got 6 wheels? And he was just like, hell yeah. He's like, throw the shit on, brother. He's like, your estimated 1 rep max is between here and 600 pounds. I was like, hell yeah, let's get it.
Only makes sense.
It's in your bag.
So Mike walks in, and then Barry's just like, oh, he's here to slap you. I'm just like, no, bro. So there's a video of him slapping.
The back slap.
Oh
Nothing
my
better.
God.
Nothing better than a back
Dude,
slap.
that slap was so fucking loud, and it hurt so bad. I didn't even feel it until like after I got 585 up. I was fucking screaming. I was super hype, and then like I can feel like the handprints in my back. I go to the bathroom.
It's like
I
a
take my shirt
sunburn.
off. And it's literally like 2 fucking footballs like on your lats, and it's just like holy shit, man, that was nuts.
Do you feel like that kind of gets you going? Like when you take the
Does it work?
Get slapped.
Does it work?
Like, whoa! It gives you a rush.
I feel like for a lot of people, like my best friend, like I slapped the fuck out of him, and like he generally says like, yo, like that helped.
Chill.
I feel like
Imagine they're like, hey,
Slap the
chill.
fuck
Hey,
out of it.
don't actually hit me.
No. Sometimes, sorry to cut you off,
No,
but
man.
sometimes if I get slapped in the gym, like sometimes it works, and sometimes I'm just like, don't slap me. Don't slap
I
me.
think
I agree.
yeah. I think sometimes it like pisses you off enough to where you're like, all right, this is about to fly, or sometimes you're like, ow, like no,
Ow.
please chill.
I said like Mike is the only guy like who hit like who actually slapped me that I actually felt something.
Well, Mike's
from.
big body,
But dude, it's
so
because like
it's
he's
not
fucking
gonna be
strong.
light.
Ain't small.
He
Ain't
small.
weak.
Dude, like the pain
Yes.
was genuinely adrenaline. Like it
Yes,
genuinely
exactly.
just it hits you up. I don't think the smelling salts for me really do much. I don't think that like
Because you're so used to it.
Smelling salts fuck me up. Like I can't. My eyes water. I can't
Yeah,
see for
they're
a few
strong as
minutes.
hell.
It's wild.
But I remember when I first started meeting you, like you would always bring
I was
them
an
in,
addict.
and you would always rip it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
The
I was like,
fucking-
you're like, here, try it. And I like
for the-
try
all
it
day
one, and I was
long.
like, yeah, I'm good. And you're like, you're ripping it every fucking set. I'm like, holy shit.
Facts, dude. Jay's like, someone slaps me, they're getting choked on the spot. Damn,
I'm not
right.
slapping Jay.
Dude, I ain't staying
I'm
there.
not-
See,
I'm not
it
slapping
works
Jay.
sometimes. Sometimes not at all.
Yeah, I'm not slapping Jay. That's
No,
for sure.
Hell no. Dude, I wouldn't go. You know, he can. You have what you want, bro. Take my wallet. Take the business. Take the business.
Just take my
password,
money. You're
take
good.
the car. You know what? Take the house. Whatever.
That's fucking
But
hysterical.
I feel like too like a lot of the smelling salts and like the slapping and all like just the bullshit. I feel like it's all ego. So I feel like a lot.
You don't need it.
don't
You can
get me
do it
wrong,
without
don't,
it.
but-
You can do without it, but
I think it provides
you-
an edge for some
it doesn't.
people.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
It does definitely.
People
like,
feed off that energy. You know?
It definitely helps. When I did first start when I first started smelling salt, like yeah, like I was mostly ego. I was snorting it every time, like with the.
You got
fucking
used to
bar.
it though.
Then I got used to it. And I was
Yeah.
just like,
Build a
this is
resistance.
stupid.
Yeah.
Like same with the pre-workout. I was just like taking all these other pre-workouts at the time. Like these all suck. So I'm like, I gotta make one that fucks me up, and I
Every
know
time.
if it fucks me up, it's gonna.
And it's all natural ingredients.
All natural ingredients, and I know if it kills me, it's gonna kill like the average or even the most experienced gym goer too. And I always tell people, like, you know, I go up to give them a pitch.
It's not gonna kill anyone.
I go up to give these people a sales pitch, and I'm like, yo, the priest, whatever. They hear the word 400 milligrams of caffeine, and they're like, whoa.
Trying to kill me, bro?
That's way too much. I'm like, yeah, but listen to what I'm saying. I'm like, if you get this now, I'll give you, like, I always got to say, I'll give you a discount on it because it fucking buys them. And I say, too, it's serious. Like, the pre-workout is
Smart idea.
The pre-workout is $50. If you buy it on the website with shipping and tax and no discount code, it's probably going to run you like about $62, $65 because the economy and the fucking country sucks right now.
Taxes, all that.
And you go up to this person in the gym and you're just like, you know, they're like, I'll check out your website. You're like, they're not going to get anything from you. Like if they say like, I'll check it out. One, they don't even ask me what my brand is called. And they're like, yo, I'll check it out. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You enjoy that. But like when they're like actually genuinely interested and from like talking to like hundreds of people, like you kind of know like who is a little bit interested and like who actually will check your website out.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, like I want to make the sale right now. I want to walk away with like that $45. And I say to the person, I'm like, how about like I give you a deal? I have the pre-workout right on me. I'm like, it's $50. They're like, how much? I'm like, so it's $50 with shipping and tax. It's going to probably run you like close to 60, 63. So I'll give you $5 off, 45 even. So I'll give you $5 off and I'll save you that $10 to $12 of that shipping and tax fee.
Right here.
They usually get it right on the spot because like $15, like that's enough for like a cup of coffee and like.
And you don't got to wait for shipping.
And you don't got to wait for the shipping.
Put it right in their hands.
It's right in their hands.
Like when they hear like, oh my God, this is awesome. I'm like, well, I have it right here if you want some. And they're just like, oh yeah, sure. And like I go to the gym and like Jay always asks me too. He's just like, yo, do you have the shots on you? Because like a ton of the guys in here would want to try it right now. I'm like, when the weather's a little bit cooler at night, I will, because I had a few shots in the car one day and they just fucking exploded in the trunk.
Oh,
brand new car, bro, just like boom.
Too hot.
It's just like, I'm driving.
You cracked it open and just
No. I was driving to the Cape, to go to my cousin's like wedding reception or something, and like I'm driving on the highway, and I thought like a bomb went off. I hear it in the trunk. I'm just like. And I'm just like, what the fuck was that? And like, I'm like,
trial and error.
I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I get to the hotel where my dad and my aunts are at, and I open the trunk, and like my whole my laptop, my backpack, my clothes.
Oh, not the lappy.
Yeah, dude, they have like raspberry lemonade and shit all over it. I'm like, this is nasty.
Damn.
They smelt great though.
Yeah, dude, it was literally like what he said. It was like a murder scene in the trunk, bro. You see all this fucking red and this pink and this yellow stuff. Oh my
I can
God.
imagine that.
But
that's fucking hysterical.
So I was just like, you know what? When the weather's cooler, we will. But I mean, like,
Yeah, for sure, dude.
dude, the stuff this guy teaches me in the gym, like going from powerlifting and just strength training every single day and incorporating the bodybuilding workouts with him, like maybe 1 to 3 times a week, like it's nuts. And like some of the workouts I learned, like yesterday we're doing this fucking back exercise and some like weirdos on like where we need to be, and he's just like okay, that's fine. He's just like, we'll just take this one, and it was just like this double cable lat pull down machine, and he was just like, all right, we're gonna call this. He's like, I go to the bathroom, I come back. He's like, all right. He's just like, this one's called the Dirty 30s. I'm like, what the? I'm like, you're making that up, right?
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is that? So we started doing it, and he's just like, yeah. So it's like 30 reps. You go like, this way, you pull this way, and this way, and then you're done. And I'm like, bro, what the hell? Like
30s.
Yesterday, bro,
Jesus.
like we were doing another superset of like seated rows and pullovers, and like. Dude, I was like, we did like, it was like 225 on the seated row. So it wasn't a ton of weight. It was good weight. But we're doing it. And like, I racked the weight. I do my pullover set. I stand up. I walk over.
What's up, AD?
Oh my God.
Shouts Queenie.
Shouts Queenie.
Queenie, this is our friend Anthony.
I can't tell who it is from the back, and I can't tell who from
Hello.
the front either. But hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. No, I'm sitting back here in my car, and I'm like dying to know who it is.
Because he's so well spoken
He
and
is.
bringing the energy.
For sure.
Because I'm loud and crazy.
Well, I know they know you. People that I know.
Yeah, well, what Queenie knows
Queenie,
is
shouts.
law.
I still don't know if you made up the Dirty 30s joke, but
So Anthony is a brand owner for a lot of fitness, and which she's Queen Fitness, Queenie.
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far.
I would, but yeah. So she's all
If you
about
need
it.
supplements, and clothes, I'm your guy.
I definitely need clothes. I always need clothes.
Boys, why
She's
don't
your
you tell
brand
her?
ambassador.
Why don't you
Yes.
tell her where she can find the brand?
She's a huge model.
She is.
for sure.
She's a model. So if you ever need a model
We can-
for
we
your
can-
brand,
we can connect it.
we can make that happen.
We can connect.
Don't
it.
get me wrong. Like Jay is like an absolute fucking beautiful.
He's a model.
He's a beautiful man as a model. But like we need more. We need more women representing the brand.
Shout
don't
out.
have a lot.
Let women lead.
Just like the U.S. government, you need more.
We need more
We
women.
need more women.
We need more women. Hey,
But Steel Asylum. Tell your friends.
that's one of his shirts. You could rep that.
This
AD.
man. This is kind of a basic shirt. Just a silent.
I like it though. I like it.
Yeah, just basic. Yeah.
It looks like a pirate.
You should
All
check
designed
out,
by himself.
That's the whole
Him
thing.
truly.
check out the website. I'm serious. We have like leggings. We have for the girls. We have like over, I think 10 different bras. We have leggings. We have shorts. We have oversized hoodies. We have oversized tees. We have half red and half black joggers of different designs for the girls.
Wow.
We're on the Steel Asylum home right now. If you want to come around town,
Yeah, pull this up right now.
let's go.
We got to see these options.
Shop now. What do you want? You want some leggings? We got
Go
gym
to,
bags and belts.
Yeah, just hit
now.
shop now. I think it'll take you to. Might take you to just the
I wish I
gear
could screen
page.
record. I wish I had better Wi-Fi. That'd be nice.
I know. You guys need to get like a hotspot or something.
Yeah,
Let's
go
go.
to,
Yeah,
This is
okay.
Barry's, by the
Apparel.
way. All right, let's go to apparel.
That shaker bottle.
How could you not tell? How could you not recognize that red wall?
Also, this is fire. I love
Yeah,
these
I love-
pants.
I
These
love
shorts
those.
are tough.
The handprint is very tough.
Tough shorts. The
All
shorts
handmade.
are fire.
It's all handmade, all hand designed.
Oh, AD, you could rock.
Okay, okay. Who modeled those?
Yeah.
Bro,
Was that also
right
Jay?
here? Yeah.
We got some hoodies.
Jay, we need a leggings model.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, that's
We
Jay.
need a leggings model.
The shorts are stizzy.
Bro,
The
a lot
shorts,
of the
I love.
guys
The
are
pants, too.
geeking over these pants. They're like, yo, like literally a guy
Joggers.
today just texted me. He's just like, dude, can I buy the women's joggers? Like, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll make some money
We
off
got the
of it.
crew
Whatever
neck.
works.
We got the crew neck. This one's tough. This is this
Yeah,
one's
I
tough.
love that. I love that like winking
The
smiley
winky
face.
with the X.
you
That
know.
is sick. I do
tough.
love that.
Yeah. I think there's a ton more too on like the actual main shop page.
How do I
If
go
you
there?
Go
Go
to,
home?
Yeah, go to home. I don't even know how my own website. Oh, dude, the big shop now button.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
I don't shop on my own website. So
Fair
I
enough.
don't
Hey,
know
that's
it
fair.
too well.
That's
He's got
fair.
nips. He's got nips. If you ever need a Pergo nips, he only sells.
Exactly,
He
I
only
just sell.
sells. He only makes bank. We're on sale. Let's go.
Yeah, dude. Well, they've been on sale for a while.
Yeah, no, this is some very good merch. I'm gonna have to cop.
Please do.
I like the colored ones.
I'm gonna have
Even
to
the
cop.
colored ones are nice.
Use code Big J and you'll get 15% off.
Hey, shouts Big
Shout
J.
out Big J. Yo,
15%
buy me something
saves
right
you a
now. I'll
lot.
put my card in.
Jay said next shoot we'll get you on. So let's get that
So he's
going.
got the
Let's
leggings.
go. We got the leggings.
Let's go.
We got the model. We got Asylum. Coming at you soon.
Let's go. A lot of 180 products.
It's a lot.
That's a fuck ton.
Now, mind you, I have no employees. I know nothing. I do
Yeah.
all the hustling, the social
Solo.
media,
Oh
the
yeah.
making the clothes, designing it.
Wait, this one
Instagram,
right here is
the
kinda
shipping,
tough.
the packaging,
Everything.
One strap.
Dude, everything.
across.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, no, this is some good stuff.
Before we support this brand,
Hold on now.
what do you stand for? As a
Right.
human being?
I like that question. What do you stand for was the question.
Well, what do you like in terms of what? Like, what do I stand for in terms of?
Like it's just like
what does it represent? Like what is
Oh, the brand
like when I
itself?
asked you earlier, what does fitness and the love, the passion mean
So,
to you?
so
You know
what
I
is
mean?
Steel Asylum? Like,
he's explaining the
So,
question.
you asked it. He's explaining it.
We support women on this podcast. I promise.
So honestly,
support women.
Like,
Yes,
you go.
back that up. You
Let women lead.
I've said a
we
million-
support women. Here, take the mic, Queenie.
Yeah, I should have just given you the mic earlier.
Okay. Yes. So what does the brand mean to you?
So the reason why I started the brand is this is really why, and this is the answer to your question. So like when I was a kid, well, when I was like 3 years ago, right? Well, it was 3 years, a few years ago.
Yeah, you're youngin. What do you say? You're 21? 20?
Dude, Jay says that I stand for the real lifters and the bodybuilders who want to level up. But most importantly,
Okay, I like that.
I also stand for the
That tells
community.
you all you need to know right there.
Shouts.
It's the community, for real. Like, I start, like, a few years ago, I was an ambassador for this team. And they're like, yo, like, you want to be an ambassador? I'm like, yeah. They're like, hey, you know, you have to get us a certain amount of money per month in sales or else your ass is out of here. I'm like, fuck you. So I instantly I left them and I started Steel Asylum. And I said, I was just like, this is for the community. So before you came
Let's
out,
go.
I was saying,
Oh, okay.
Shouts
before
to
you came
community.
out, I said, I was just like, there's so many people that reach out and they're just like, hey, do you think that you could make me like something just custom? Like, I have a running business, or like I want to make my own, like I don't know what to do. And like I literally like help supply and just make something that's not even related towards Steel Asylum, just for them,
Wow.
just so they feel satisfied. They know like this is a trustworthy community. Like, it's what the people want. Like, if you guys want like a fucking like,
I like
if you
it.
guys want like fucking drones coming to your house to deliver your pre-workout, like I will sure as hell find a way. You know, I will
Let's
find
go.
a way.
That's awesome.
You know, but I guess that's kind of it. The real like the bodybuilders, the community, like the young generation, just
A lot
everyone
Of kids,
and
a lot
everything.
of like high school age kids are really into lifting weights right now. Like really into
It's
it.
so popular right now.
Like specifically bodybuilding, which is interesting because I do feel like it is a niche thing. It's still very niche,
Very.
and I think a lot of people don't understand why people do it. But I'm starting to understand it. I have friends now that are bodybuilders, and I kind of see where they're coming from. And I do think those people, yeah, it is a community, definitely. Like, they come together. You guys are, like, happy for each other when you get, like, lift a lot. And, you know, it's your thing, and you like it, and you're good people.
Bro, I always,
awesome.
it's funny you say that. Like, I always say, like, now, obviously, this is, like, deep and, like, this will never happen. But I'm just saying, like, if I was ever on the verge of, like, committing suicide, like, if I was that depressed, I would go to the gym and I would fucking talk to the biggest guy there. Dude, like, you can
Let's
relate.
go.
They're, like, the
Hell
most
yeah.
biggest, the most humble. Like, they get it. They've been through there. Why the hell do you think that they're in here busting their ass
Grinding,
of
yeah.
a fucking 12 or 13-hour shift? It's because, like, they do it for themselves, for the other people, and like they will go out of their way to do anything to just talk to you, to help a complete stranger. I guarantee you, if that happened and I went up to that person, that guy, he wouldn't even know my name because he wouldn't ask for it. He would just be like, talk to me, what's going on, like what can we do, what can I do to help you and make you feel better. Like, it's just the facts.
Bodybuilders are misunderstood.
Bodybuilders.
Bodybuilder I know is a great person, and I
Yes.
feel like people think they're just like
There's no
because they love to lift.
There's no negative connotations
yeah,
on bodybuilders.
I don't like the meathead.
I mean, some people like that is like a stereotype,
Stereotype.
but
It's everyone, like every, like I guess, like I don't want to say hobby, but like every group has their own stereotype.
yeah, exactly.
no,
yeah.
of course there are certain people that play into a stereotype, but I never really liked the meathead like connotation that people have given to people that just like to exercise. I feel like that's not always like the case. Like people like you said, they're and also great question, great answer by the way. I think like you said, it's people are doing it kind of like it's their solace. It's their place to be when things are bad.
And like
And to make them feel good, make them feel better. Like, hey, I just accomplished something.
exactly.
Not a lot of people got up and did a workout today. You know what I mean?
Like what it means to you. Like it's very personalized, and so if that's your thing, that's your thing.
I
Like,
agree.
That's
Yep.
like therapy for people.
I agree.
Definitely.
It is therapy, and like you said, self-care #1 right now. So like you said, if you're ever feeling bad, like there's plenty of times where like I was down bad about things, and you know, you're like your mind's in bad spots, and I would just be at the gym till like 11 o'clock at night,
Facts.
just like
I
in
remember.
my
Clear
zone,
the mind.
clear the mind, just like making sure like no matter what, like whether I make out of this situation or not, like I'm just gonna make sure I got better some way somehow.
Bro, I
You know?
remember 2 months ago, the night that my grandfather passed away. I remember I went to the gym that night just by myself. Just unleashed all my frustration, my emotions out in a healthy way. Because like, one, that's what he would want me to do instead of like fucking like doing something stupid, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And it just made me feel better. You wake up the next day and it's just like I said to myself, I'm like, I can do one or two things. I can lay in bed, I can bitch and moan,
Let it
or
kill
I can
you,
get
yeah.
up, I can make this guy proud. You know, I can sell fucking $500 of shit in his name.
Let's go.
I didn't
Or
even
go
say
fucking
this.
get after it.
I didn't
yeah.
even say this too, but like, I guess even more like, fuel to the fire behind the asylum is like when he got buried. I made him like he was like the first guy I ever made like a custom shirt, and like on the front it says the OG logo, the white and red. It says Steel Asylum on the front, and on the back it says World's Best Papa. and he fucking loved that.
Wow.
And I have so many pictures of him and I in that. And you know, I remember like it was such a stressful week. You know, like the family, they're just like, you know, well, we gotta find him this suit. We gotta find him that. I'm just like, well, he wants to be buried in. Like he loved the shirt. This is what he wants.
Yes.
So
Hell
like
yeah.
obviously
No
like you know I
way.
feel like for a lot of people it just be like it kind of like maybe like haunts them, just like, you know, like someone passed or like their last representation you had with them is like there's something that you have to impress them by, because if not you're gonna make them feel down. It's just like there was no other person that I had the relationship that I had with other than him. And like
Yeah.
knowing that like it just like it fuels me up. Like it doesn't make me sad, it doesn't make me stressed out, it makes me like happy and motivated. And it's just like whenever I feel lazy, you know, like I don't want to do this, like I don't want to do that, it's just like,
He's your North Star.
bro,
You
like,
look to him.
exactly, you
Wow.
know.
North Star.
That's
That's
awesome.
how I feel about our grandmother, our mère.
Mhm.
But I'm still sad about it because I'm like a baby. But
Which
yeah,
is
no, I
totally
think of
normal as
her,
well.
And I don't even ever think that I'm disappointing her. I'm like, she's just watching over me and she wants me to be happy.
Exactly.
So I get that, definitely.
It's true.
No.
Alright, on that note, I'm going to bow out. But
Yeah, no
Alright.
worries.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for joining, Queenie.
Bye, everyone.
We'll get you.
Hey,
We'll get you in the
Queenie
IG live.
Pod coming
Do you
soon.
guys have a name for your fans? I feel like you need that.
The Bice and Bicettes. I don't know.
The back
I think the
drivers.
Bice just stands for it. You know what I
The
mean?
backseat drivers.
Backseat drivers are fucking good ones.
Yeah, they're the
Always riding
shotties.
shot- No, I mean the Bice. So it's great that you brought that up actually. So the Bice, we kind of just like is your boys. You know, so
By Eden Barry, what did he say?
AD. That's my
by her name's AD.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
It looks
I'm
like
Anthony. Nice to
Adine.
meet you.
Yeah. yeah.
Thanks for
I'm like,
introducing
who's
me.
Eden?
I could have sworn I said this is Adine.
No, because you guys just call me Queen E.
Oh yeah,
Queenie. I did say Queenie.
Queenie.
That's on us.
I just get like,
She
who
goes
the hell
by
is this
Queenie.
guy?
E is also for X.
No, but Adine is the goat. Great person. We love having her on the pod because I think she always asks great questions. She always draws good questions out of people. So I really like having her on. So
She
yeah,
brings a good perspective as well.
always. We need more women. We need more women.
More women.
Can I say that's
Look,
really
More life, more women.
Let women lead. More life, more Bice.
Exactly.
More life, more women. You know.
more life, more Bice.
More
But-
life,
but-
more Steel
But
Asylum.
at the end of the day, equality.
Equanimous. We should be
Drops
equanimous
mic.
people.
Drops
Okay.
mic.
Drops the mic on that.
If they're just the boys, right?
So yeah, the Bice. If
the
we
Bice.
if we had like an army name, it's just the Bice because the Bice are all your boys. The Bice are people that, like you were talking about, people that you look up to, people that you have love for. It's just we
Like
got
shout
love
out
for-
Big
we got
J.
love for your boys.
He's a Bice
Jay is part of the Bice.
for sure.
He's your Bice because
Exactly.
he's
your
family for
Bice.
everything.
Peace.
Peace. AD.
Arrivederci.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
My ma and Lola Licious. Ma, she's the girl who flew in, that female pro, and I met up with her for a photo shoot. I don't know if you recognize the name or the picture, but
Lolalicious official.
I didn't want
Shout out.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Shout
the
out Lola.
conversation here.
Shout out Lola. What a great person.
Yeah, dude, she's awesome. She's
That's
impressive
awesome.
as hell. Like, you should see this girl's physique. I mean,
I bet it's insane.
she's like a mother, I think, of like maybe 2 or 3 kids,
Wow.
and like
Still grinding.
Still
fucking
finds the time.
grinding, hustling. She's a fucking pro. Like, she's going for another pro card. It's just like, god damn, bro. Actually, I helped her out. She flew from Chicago, Illinois. She went to Boston that day. She drove from Boston. She took a rental car all the way out to her hotel in West Springfield. She went to
Wow.
go fucking drive all the way down to damn Cape Cod to look at the Plymouth Rock, which was, in my opinion, why? But I mean,
That's
I get
awesome,
it. I get
though.
it.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
tourist
Trying to
thing.
get one who likes history, one who likes, just discovering like the
Yeah.
country, bro. Like, we
Yeah.
started this whole country. And then she had to drop the rental car back off, so I picked her up in Boston, and then her friend picked her up, and I just was being helpful. But it was awesome to kind of
Yeah.
meet somebody who was buying my stuff from a year ago when I started from nothing,
An
and
OG.
they're
That's
here,
awesome,
they're
yeah.
to this day, and I'm I get to collab with a pro. It was pretty
An
cool.
OG Asylum rapper.
Exactly.
I love that. I think that's
Mm.
awesome.
I don't know. I think we were talking about something important.
We were talking. I
I
think.
have something important.
yeah. Ask
actually.
question.
So we're on the website right now. We'll pull this back up, Ryan.
It's right here. You just click right there.
Oh, there we go. So these shorts, I want to get this handprint shorts. What do you think is a good size for me? Like, how do they run?
So they're the 5-inch seam, right? So they're
So
like the mid thigh cut
they're
shorts.
short.
Like short.
I
Okay.
wear large. I'm trying to go for my shorts, but but like my legs and my ass is a little bit more cheeky than the
What are
average.
He's got them
largest?
cheeks now. He's
What are
got
those
them cheeks.
larges?
So I did.
Yeah, I don't know
wear-
what I wear.
You probably
Fun-
go large.
Funny fact, Jay and his wife were making so much fun of me because they were with me for a photo shoot for this apparel's drop in March, and I put on those large pair of shorts, bro, and they literally looked like a thong. They were rose up on me. I remember I didn't change, and I said to the photographer, I'm like, waist up pictures for me for everything.
Waist
Literally
up.
to this day, like, you know, the
So
wife.
maybe XL.
Yeah, his wife is still like, you know, like giving me shit about those shorts. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, you can take the shorts, get them out of here. You'll never see me in them again.
Are they cotton?
Yeah, what's the
Those
material?
shorts are not cotton. No.
Oh, so then they won't shrink. Then,
No, none of my clothes shrink. You know, a lot of customers like that. Even like,
Hell yeah.
no disrespect, but like, you know,
You just don't want the change in
the
size.
bigger guys out there, you know, the bigger, stronger guys like Mike, for example, like, you know, he always says, you know, I fucking love your shirts because he's like, you know, I buy like a 2X at this place and I wash it and then it's like a medium and he's just like, you know, but he's
It
like,
shrinks.
I love your shirts because like I buy it and it stays the same
Stays
no
the
matter how much I
same.
dry it and dry it and dry it and dry it and yeah.
So you would recommend an XL for the shorts?
I for myself
me?
would put on the XL.
I feel like we're similar sizes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, dude, get an XL if you don't like it.
Is that the biggest
We'll
size?
just exchange
There's
it.
2XL.
2X? Probably. Yeah, I was
XL.
exchange. Yeah.
XL.
XL.
Yeah, dude, get an XL if you don't like it. Just
Cop the XL.
message me
Fuck
and
yeah.
we'll get you a large. Yeah.
100%.
how it
Absolutely.
works.
That's great customer service.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'll deliver it hand deliver it to you. Literally.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the drone
With
delivery.
the handprint delivered. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I do want to get
Great
back
merch.
to. I think we were talking about a lot of role models, people that like you look up to. I think that was where we were at. But yeah, I kind of want to get back to that talk. I want to get back to like the love, the passion. Like I think Aideen asked that great question, like what it means, and yeah, I just want to bring it back to like. You know, you said you stand for a lot of people in the community. You're big, and I definitely, like I said, I think you're a leader. I think that's awesome, and like this is a community thing. So, like, how important is community to you, especially in something like fitness?
Oh, 100%. I mean, God, dude, I don't even know where to start. I mean, because of the community and just like gyms is why the brand started growing smallly. Like I've always been like a very social person, like apart from the gym, apart from the brand, like, you know, I'm very friendly. Like I will talk to anybody, I'll make that relationship. And then like now that I'm starting to learn, like now that I actually have something that certain people I've met in the past can help increase, so because I had that good relationship with them, you know, they help me out, you know, they take the risk, they buy some products, they resell it, they put it on their shelves, they take the risk, they're happy, they make some money, I'm happy because my page is growing, you know, and I'm just like,
Wow.
shit, bro. But it's like I never take up an opportunity to talk to somebody. Like today in the gym, I was training at Barefit and like I'm
Shouts.
squatting, and these two guys never saw their face before. Like they're deadlifting behind me. So mid set, I go up, I talk to them. I'm just explaining like, hey, I have a brand. You know, if you take pre-workout or you want some good gym apparel, I'm like, you know, let me know. We can work something out. So like, I guarantee you, like, you know, I will probably never see them or talk to them again. I think it was a guest pass or something. But like there's been people in the past that like they come up to me in the gym. Like a couple times I'm like working out with Jay, or I'm at like Planet Fitness, just random, just getting a quick pump in, or like I'm at any other gyms and I'm minding my business and like one guy will come up and be like, oh, aren't you the dude that sells the pre-workout? And I was just like, yeah. I'm like, where do you hear that from? They're just like, oh, dude, like all the boys in the gym have it. So I'm like, where? And then
Hell yeah.
they say this gym and I'm like, I have no idea where that is. I'm like, that's actually pretty damn cool.
Wow.
Like I
It's
remember
spreading. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I remember like 4 or 5 months ago, I kept saying to like my buddy, I was just like, dude, like I'm getting all these sales and it's awesome because like I know every single person. And I'm just like, wait a second. I'm like, how is this awesome? I'm like, I know them all, which means they just feel bad for me, so they're just buying something, right? And then like 6 months later, like I'm just like, holy shit! I'm like, who's this person in UK? Who's this person in Dubai?
Wow.
Who are these people in Mexico? Who is like this handful of these orders going to in like Ohio? And it's just like, wow, dude. And it's like
Sweet.
I remember like there was one like piece of apparel like, and I was pressing it and like I left it on for like maybe like a second too long, and like to you guys or like to the average customer, like you couldn't tell like that it was a little bit like not melted but like overdone, just a little bit. And Anthony, they are coaches as managers at Pedro's Judo down the street from us. Well, I guess I was just put my money got put where the mouth was. But
Shouts.
so thank you, Barry. But like these people, I made them this thing and I shipped it out to them, and I was just like, it didn't feel right. I was just like, dude, like that was probably like 99% of like what my actual work ethic was. Like I gave them an A+. Like I gave them 99% out of 100 of a perfect piece of apparel. I shipped it to them and I was just like, nah, dude. So I just made it again and I still shipped it to them. So they got both. And they were like, hey, you sent me 2. And I was just like, no, I was like, you probably can't even tell. And they sent me a picture of both of them side by side. And I couldn't even tell which one was messed up. And I was just like, damn. But I'm like, that's how it shows. Like, if I mess up on the slightest, like, I'm doing it by hand. Like, I'm a human. I'm going to make mistakes.
So you're a perfectionist, you would say.
When it comes to, like, my name and,
To
like,
a good
my
way,
brand
in
logo.
a very good way.
Yeah, in a very good way. Yeah,
when
yeah,
it comes to, like, my reputation and, like, the brand and, like, strangers and like human beings, you know, that like work hard for their money and like they're taking the chance and dropping like $50 on like a few pieces of apparel, or like, you know, this guy spends like his whole paycheck like $500 on like the whole fucking shop, and it's just like I'm making sure this is perfect. I mean, usually if someone gets something like that's huge, like I'll toss them in some like stickers, some shots, some free samples of pre, and it's just like, dude, like I made my profit and some off of you. Like the least I can do is give up a little bit of it to show you like my thanks, that
appreciation.
I hope that you'll come back and like show me some more love in the future.
Yeah. I love that. I really think that's awesome that you like genuinely respect people as well as people that, you know, really, you know, fuck with you and want to support you. So
yeah,
I think that's really great that like you really put like love and care into what is important to you. You know, I think a lot of people don't give that energy, don't give that effort, and I've definitely always seen you give that effort. I think that's awesome. I wanted to ask though, like, because you know along the way, whether it's fitness or not, I've you know witnessed it myself. You know, I know Ty's witnessed it himself.
Tongue twister.
Like, yeah, is that like there's definitely mistakes you make along the way. It's just natural, it's just gonna happen. What are some things that like you felt like you went wrong, whether you know with your life, fitness, or the brand that you had to learn the hard way and, you know, took a loss, now you got it back because with that new, you know, perspective, you get a W out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, kind of like a embarrassing moment / kind of, like, bad first impression I had with the brand was, like, when I first started the brand, like, I made this shitty printed T-shirt. It was, like, glued onto a shirt. You could wear it once, and my best friend in college was like, dude, like, what the fuck are you doing? He was just like, like, what are you doing? He's like,
it was trial and error.
And you're selling this for, like, $40? And he's like, bro, I'm just like, I'm telling you, this is going to go somewhere. And, like, dude, like, these guys who, like, feel bad for me are buying it. And it's just like, hey, like, I started with, like, $10, and like next thing you know, like so I'm like, dude, I made $40, I made $80. Finally, I can invest in a good like machine or something that will help me make this more professional, some more better material.
Right.
And it was just all from there. I think something else too is like, you know, people always say, and like people who have been in my shoes, they're like, you know, be prepared to like have a big loss. Be prepared to do something very stupid. You're gonna get wrecked financially. You're gonna make a bad, risky decision. And like, I don't believe in that. Like, I'm not going to do that. I don't. I really don't believe in that. It's just like, well, when you say like, yeah, like, you know, like you might take the risk, you might lose like $5 or $6 grand. It's like, bro, like, unless I'm like sloshed on my face and like someone robs me, like I'm not gonna get like $5 or $6 grand stolen from me. Like my mom, like I remember I was telling my mom, my grandfather, and my papa one day in the living room, and I was telling them, I was just like, Mom, I was like, Grandma, Papa, I'm like, I need like $10,000. And they're just like, for what? And I was just like, well, listen, I was just like, now mind you, like, if anyone had 10 grand to spend, like just to give out as like, here you go, like thank you.
Yeah.
But like that didn't happen, obviously, you know.
Right.
I don't think that would happen for anybody. So I explained it to them. I was like, look, I'm like, if I can get supplements going, and like my papa was always just like powder, like he doesn't understand it. Like he never understood it.
Right.
So my grandma, it was like it's hard to educate
Different
that
age,
that
different-
generation.
yeah,
You know,
different generation.
my mom, like for one, like who she used to buy me this stuff for Christmas and stuff like that, and she was just like, oh, like this stuff I used to buy you, and I was just like, yeah. And I'm just like, dude, so what we can do? I'm like, I need the money. I'm like, if I can get 10 grand, I was like, I can invest it into pre-workout powder. I'm like, listen to what I'm saying. I know you're gonna think I'm crazy, but listen to what I'm saying. If I can get this money and invest it into this inventory, and I can build up the hype for it, if I can sell out of it, so I says, you know, I will make $20,000 off with this. Now, mind you, that's not all profit. I'm smart with the money. I invest 10 grand back into another order of that pre-workout, and I have some profit left over, and I can either take that profit and do something stupid with it, which I did. I bought a car. But
Hey,
I
you gotta get around.
You need a car.
You gotta get around.
My old car, literally like a week before I went to go pick that girl up, it fucking exploded.
Oof.
It literally blew. I was at the gym with Jay, and he's just like, bro, like you got something leaking from under the hood. It was oil, it was coolant, it was gas. I'm like, dude, I can get this baby home, make it like 10 feet out of the parking lot. Hey, bro, like this thing's not moving, like it's overheating, like she's gone, like black and white smoke's coming out. So my mom, she drives to where I'm at, and she's trying to like steer it in neutral, and I'm like pushing it home, and we got it home. I went on a website, and I like some junkyard came to pick it up the next day for $500, and I was just like,
Damn.
shit. I'm like, all right, but like long story short, back to the big loss thing, like. You know, I never believed in that. Like, someone was just like, yeah, you know, and I was smart with it. I was just like, I have a few of profit. I want to spend it on a necessity. I need the car. Boom. That's gone. I lost a good chunk of that profit, but that's fine. I still had a few extra grand left over. So I was like, let's reinvest into something else, right? Let's get, like, shots going. Let's get belts. Let's get bags going. And, like, I feel like you would make a genuine loss is if you made a stupid impulse decision. Like, with the pre-workout, I needed money for it, and what did I do? Like, I instantly started a GoFundMe. Like, I shared it, and I sent it to, like, every single name in my contact list, the affiliates and the ambassadors at the time, like, these random people that didn't even know me across the world are donating, like, $5 or $10 just because, like, why the hell not, you know?
Yeah.
Nice.
You know? And then, like, next thing you know, I hit that milestone, and I'm just like, dude, I got it. I'm in college. I remember I drove to the bank to do a wire transfer, and I see like minus like $8 grand in the checking account, and I'm just like, well, back at zero again. And I'm just like, well, all right, well, like let's just be patient. So like 9 to 12 weeks go by, go home that day. There's a huge pallet of pre-workout. I'm just like, oh my God, like I almost fucking cried. I'm like, I did it. It's like 2, 3 in the morning that night. I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, dude, like this is gonna expire. This is inventory. There's an expiration date. I have like 500 bottles here. I need to get this out. My mom's gonna kill me, bro.
Yeah.
And next thing, like I sell out of it. Like I'm getting out of it. So I ordered another pallet. So now I'm like mentally like trying to like track the money and trying to be smart with the profit. I'm like,
Do the accounting.
I'm like, if I can take like 500 tubs of this pre-workout out of like at the time like 3,000 followers, I'm like, I bet 500 people would buy this. And I says, in the future, if I can invest like, you know, so can I use your calculator on your phone?
Oh yeah, go
Do you
for
mind?
it. Yeah.
Please do.
Because I just want to like, explain it. I said to my mom, I'm like, Mom, this is the easiest way to be a fucking millionaire. I'm like, I have one product right now, just Firefly Lemonade original pre-workout. That's it. The industry wants like 5 different flavors. They want different stimulants.
Yeah.
So let's say I have a total of like 10 different types of pre-workout, right? And I buy like, if I have like maybe like 500,000 followers on Instagram, and I buy a maximum order of tubs, which is 2,500 bottles. And if it costs me $18 to make a tub, right? So times 18, I would have to spend 45 grand on just one order of pre-workout. So if I took that 2,500 bottles of pre, that's it, just 25, and I sold it for $50, boom, I just made 125 fucking grand.
Wow.
Now, that's not it, though, because I also have to account the 45 grand that I just spent. So
Yeah.
I just profited 80 grand. And I look at it
Wow.
this way, like 2,500 tons, that's a shit ton. But, like, if you have 500,000 followers on just Instagram, 2,500 out of 500K, bro.
That's nothing.
It's like a grain of rice.
That's not.
That's
That's
nothing.
like 1%.
Now, mind you, if we had like 10 different flavors of pre-workout, and like in time, like that's like $800,000 right now. That's a lot of money. Now that's just like if we get protein going,
Creatine, everything.
dude,
yeah.
the goal is to do like pre-workout and then protein powder, and then I
Full
want to do
stack.
so exactly. I'm not a big believer in like the BCAAs, the EAAs. I wouldn't buy it, so I don't want to throw it down my customers' throats. What I want to do is
Fair.
like a rehydration like mix, something like that.
Ooh, like the
So-
IV stuff.
Yeah, I mean a lot of these
Okay.
things like Gatorade and like
Those are
liquid-
popular now too.
Yeah, you do a lot of running. You've been using those things, no?
I mean
I wouldn't
Gatorade.
say a lot around.
I know Gatorade and Monster, like they have like 50 to 55 grams of sugar per bottle. Like that's not
too
gonna
much.
rehydrate you,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
That's
too
gonna
much.
make you more thirsty. Not to mention, I could be so wrong, but I think the actual ratio of like magnesium to potassium that the human sweat rate is like, I think like maybe I could be wrong, but I think it's like 3-to-1 on either the magnesium or the potassium rate. And you look at all these hydration drinks and like like Gatorade, like I think it's loaded. I could be so wrong, but it's loaded.
Yeah.
I think with either like magnesium, it has like no potassium, it has like all the sugar. Like I'm not too studied and educated on it yet, but like to like know the exact numbers and
Right.
decimals
Right.
by memory. But like I just know like that the industry is just filling us with bullshit, and people always bitch and complain.
Usually.
Do you want to unlock that?
Oh, yeah, I got
Thank
you.
bro. But like they always bitch and complain, like, you know, like, why am I sick? Why am I bloated? Why do I have cancer? Why is this happening? You know, why do I have diabetes? I'm like, bro, like these industries that are educating you with healthy products that's gonna rehydrate you for your workouts and to help you get in shape, they're fueling you with artificial dyes, artificial coloring. They're fueling you with 50 grams of sugar per bottle. Like that's not gonna make you healthy, bro. That's gonna make you sick, obese. It's gonna make you throw up. It's gonna
Just unhealthy.
It's gonna dehydrate you.
Does the opposite of what it, you know, what
It's
they
meant
say
to
it
do,
does.
yeah.
I mean, why do you think it's so expensive to be like healthy, bro? You go buy fucking a
True.
dozen of eggs that are like $7 a dozen. It's ridiculous.
It is crazy now.
Yes. The cheaper food is always way worse for you.
Exactly.
So it's sometimes better to buy more expensive, but it's tough, you know.
So another question I want to ask. So obviously, you know, we've got to this point, and obviously things are looking great. What are some? Let us in on the inside. What's next? Where are we going next?
Where's the goals?
Where are we going next?
So the goal right now is kind of just keep doing what I'm doing as of today, fulfill these like, you know, this couple dozen orders that I have, get my head and moved in back to college. You know, I'm going back in 2 weeks. So, you
Right.
know, I'm going into my junior year. I'm putting the mind to the textbooks. I'm going to work hard.
Yes, sir.
But, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I'm still going to be at that gym every day, hustling, selling stuff, going to be making more profit. When I'm in the school area, sometimes I like to DoorDash because, like, you know,
Make some
like,
coin.
Extra cash.
dude, you're at a university, and the restaurants and all this stuff are so close. The cars get 30 miles per gallon, and, like, you could make, like, a good, like, 60 or $70 in a couple hours just from, like, going back and forth, just getting stupid shit to drop off.
Yeah.
It's true.
And like
Very
take
true.
that
Smart
and
idea.
invest it. And the goal is hopefully, I'm gonna cross my fingers, by like January is to put the first payment into protein powder. Keep the pre-workout as is right now. I already crushed the industry with like a great pre-workout blend. That was the goal, dude, to have a really good first impression attack. So I got a really good protein
Which
powder
you have.
coming. Yeah.
Yep.
I got a really good protein powder coming. It's gonna be a cinnamon roll flavor. It's gonna be natural.
Ooh.
Let's go.
It's gonna be called Cinnamon Swole, right?
Hey.
You have a swim. Don't you use a lot of cinnamon protein powder? Isn't that your go-to?
No, never not once have I had cinnamon protein,
That's
but
cat because you gave it to me one time after a
I
workout.
would love to try it.
Yeah.
Cinnamon swole.
Cinnamon Soul
I
is a
think
great
what I'm gonna do is like put like
name.
a test tub order in, like hopefully like once I'm settled at school. It's pretty cheap. It's only like a couple $100 to get like 2 big tubs of protein. I get it, it's expensive,
It's
but like
expensive,
you know,
but
like they're
everything is.
like but all these like the manufacturer I go through is like one of the only ones in the States that actually let you sample your product. Like there's and they have a fair
Wow.
minimum order. I think the minimum order is like 300 bottles, which is affordable for a small brand. I figured 500 is a good number to start.
Yeah.
So I did that, and like, you know, like all these other brands and companies, like they make you put a minimum order of like 3,000 bottles in. You pay like
Wow.
$50,000, but like you don't get to fucking try it. I'm like, what if it
That's
sucks?
wild.
Like,
that's
name,
wild.
tell me, unless you're like, you just have like hundreds of grand to just gamble with, like, why? You
Yeah,
know?
why would you?
Right.
No one would. That'd be a stupid investment.
Yeah, I agree.
No, and I feel like, the goal, like I said, is to get the protein going. So I have a really new, last like March, April was a really good clothing drop. It was called the Insanity Drop, and it was the best clothing drop in Steel Asylum history. I had the most profit, the most hype. It was like the best week ever for the brand, and I've been trying to just, you know, top it. You know,
recreate.
yeah,
and
I've been trying
make
to
better.
do better than what I
Yeah.
did, but it was hard. So I have a really good drop coming. I didn't want to spoil it too much, but there's gonna be like over like 20 to 30 pieces of more professional like gym attire, way better. More. It's gonna be more like simpler, like more like basic logo, but just more like badass, higher quality stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I guess I'm jumping the gun. Before we do that too, like I there's so much to say. Like October is coming, you know, Halloween, bro. The month of the Asylum, it's coming.
True.
So
Let's
October
go.
1st, I get so much stuff coming between like, you know, different types of, you know, I'm gonna take the pre-workout shots and like have them be made in like little like pumpkins or like skeleton heads,
Oh,
just
yeah.
some seasonal.
Just for the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Season,
I love
season.
that.
Haunted house photo shoots, like hayride photo shoots. You know, when I'm back at the uni, I'm going to have a ton of people, like guys and girls, like help out, model, and represent the brand.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
It should be fun.
You really thought about it. I think those are great ideas. I think
Yeah.
that's fun, and like you said, it's within the season, and I think that's awesome.
Plus, like, I don't know, like, I've never seen, like, a professional, but, like, dude, like, once I do something that's fun, like, I instantly get, like, not depressed, but I get, like, deprived or bored. I'm just, like, so I'm, like, now what? I'm like, that's it. We already had it, and like it's still hyped up. But I'm just like, no, I got to think of something now because
What's
like
the
in
next
another
thing?
like
Yeah.
so
On
in
to
another
the next.
4 or 5 months or maybe even weeks, like when the hype for this drops and I don't have an idea, then what? You know. But I'm like, if I can get the ideas thinking now and just keep the consistency going,
Just keep the brain waves going.
it's
yeah.
like might as well just keep going.
No, I think
Might
that's
as well.
great.
What else are you gonna do?
I'm really excited. I think.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
Yeah, I'm excited for
the
yeah,
heights.
No rush right now. You don't gotta leak all the secrets, but I think you're on track. I think you're good. We've been going for an hour 45, so
We'll probably wrap it up soon.
I
This has
definitely
been great though.
this has been great. But a big thing we like to do on our pods, I don't know if you've seen, but at the end we always like to speak upon just like what's like the takeaway, like what can the people that watch like learn from this, because at the end of the day, like whatever this is for people, I just want people to gain something from it. I want people to like have thought-provoking ideas and kind of like change themselves a little bit. You know, so what could you leave with people? What's a positive impact you leave on someone that they could take away from this podcast?
I think honestly, like when someone tells you that you can't do something or that this is stupid, like tell them like, watch me, like fuck you, like I'm
Let's
going
go.
to do this.
Let's go. Put a C on that. Thank you to the live crowd. Hell yeah.
I don't want to throw out a specific title, but I had a family member, and they were like, "This is a joke." This is when I first started. They were like, "This is a joke. This isn't gonna work. You better get your head out of your ass. You better fucking get your head back into college. Forget this. You're never gonna fucking make money selling T-shirts." Fine, that's fine.
That's fine.
Never told them anything else, and I'm not gonna disclose the title of the person because they're family. You know, it is what it is. But that person was like, you know, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to happen. You got to get your head out of your ass. I'm like, it's fine. I didn't tell them anything else. I just ignored them. I hid everything from them, and I kept going and going and going for a year. And for discretion, it's not my wonderful mother or my grandparents or people in my house, because I can't hide stuff from the people I live with anyway.
Yeah.
But long story short, yeah, my mom's like, gee, I wonder who that was. But they were like saying all that stuff, and I was like, that's fine. I'm like, whatever. So I kept doing what I was doing. I didn't tell them anything when I was in college. I just kept hustling and grinding, making money, doing this, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, my old car, like, shit the bed. And I'm just like, well, there's no real hiding this anymore. So I have the new car. Next thing you know, next week I go see that person in person. Oh my God, nice car. Like, where'd you get it? I'm just like, so like, you know how like last year, like you said that, I'm not rubbing it in, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm like, you know how last year you said like, you know, like, this is stupid. You better get your head out of your ass and do something meaningful. They're just like, yep. And I'm just like, well, I kept doing what I'm doing. I'm like, I have like thousands of customers like throughout the world. I have like over 100 pieces of clothing. I have my own supplements. They were so fucking mad and they flipped the fuck out. But about like an hour later, like the next day, like, you know, they gave me a hug, they gave me a handshake, a kiss on the cheek, and they were just like, you know what, like, I'm proud of you. I'm not happy, but I respect it. You're obviously showing that you know what you're doing. You can do it. So to leave it at that note, like, you know, if someone says like you can't do it, but like you generally know, like, and you will do it, and you can already see yourself at that level, like, just fucking do it. Like, the worst thing you have to lose is just like what you put into it. You know, if you put in like 10 grand, you're gonna lose it. If you put in like some time and some effort, like, big deal. You know,
only if you didn't stick with it.
Exactly. Right? Like, you're not going to lose something that, like, you want. You know, if you want it bad enough, like, you're easily going to get it, you know. So, at that note, thank you to you two for having me over.
Thank you.
No, absolutely. I just want to touch upon, you know, family members. Family is tough, and I think, like, they just want what's best for you, and they feel like that you got to go a conventional route to support yourself. So I think it's all love. I don't think it was anything personal. I think they just wanted what's best for you.
100%. It was all love. Yes. They didn't want me to follow where they ended up at my age, you know.
Exactly.
But, I mean, I get that.
But look what you turned it into.
I get that.
And, like, honestly, inadvertently, them doing that made you work a little harder. It made you say, hey, like, I love you, but, like, I want to prove you wrong on this.
Exactly.
And I think that, like, it's you need the naysayers. You need haters. You know who Cat Williams is?
Yeah.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
Have you seen the skit where he says you need haters? Like, if you don't have haters, then you're doing shit wrong.
Bro, if you don't have haters or someone that tells you that you can't do something, you're not going to be fueled up to say, like, yes, I can watch.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
It's not,
haters got to do their motherfucking job, is what he says.
I need sometimes to get, like,
motivators.
Yes, sir.
I actually... Funny, one quick last thing. So, like,
go for it.
When I first started and stuff like that, I remember one kid, he posted in like the beginner clothing that sucked, and he was proud to represent like what his friend made, and like this fucking guy left the most nastiest message. Dude, that fucking clothing sucks. You just printed something out and put it on a t-shirt. Like, this isn't going to be nothing. Next thing you know, like, actually, it was not too long ago, like a couple months ago, like, I commented back a year and a half later on that guy's post. And I was just like, yo, bro, I'm like, here's code.
Look at me now.
I know. I literally was just like, hey, bro, if you want to use code Insanity to get 15% off all of our handmade apparel, over 100. We have our own supplements. We have gym bags. We have belts. We have shots. We have everything. And then next thing you know, I checked their page out the next day, and they blocked me, and I was just like, I'm like, I got the final word on them.
Let's go,
that's
dude.
awesome. No, I mean, it's definitely...
Stick it to the man.
Exactly, bro. You got to put your money where your mouth is sometimes, you know?
True. It's just exciting to see, you know, where you've taken it and where it's going to go, and I think we're both super hyped up to see that.
Yeah, I can't wait.
But,
can't wait to see where it goes. Can't wait for my shorts.
T-Bag,
I'm ordering tonight.
What do you got to leave with the people, though?
Yeah,
you got to hear it from the boss.
I think, you know, Anthony hit it on the head. If someone tells you can't do something, like he said, tell him to fuck off, basically. I mean, like, he's the proof is in the pudding right now. Like, if you put in the work, you don't listen to the naysayers, you want it. If you want something bad enough, you can sure go out and do it. Yeah. And, you know, I've learned a ton this podcast.
Me too.
I hope the viewers have as well. If you're still watching to this point,
thank you.
We love you guys. Thank you.
Especially on the live.
Especially on the live.
And for the record, too, like, don't get me wrong. Like, a year from now, like, yeah, the brand could just crash into the hill, and it could have just been
We're not
like
thinking
a
like that,
forsaken dream. No, I'm not thinking like that. But, like, you know, like, I never like to try to, like, wake up like a cocky, arrogant motherfucker, and it's just like, dude, like, I'm better than you.
Stay humble.
Yeah.
Stay down.
I've always been that humble, very, like, genuine man, and it's just like, you know, like, yeah, like, of course there's always that. Like, my dad always says, like, oh, what if that? Because as a kid, he was just like, you know, you better do this. I'm like, well, what if I do this instead? No, what if you're going to do this? And that always, I stick with that. I'm just like, yeah, like, what if a year from now, this is nothing? But I'm just like, but that's impossible. I'm like, am I going to still be getting these sales and new customers? And are the supplements going to be going up? And am I going to have more supplements and this? Fuck yeah. I'm like, this will.
I think it will.
I was thinking, like, I'm just like, dude, like in another 60 years, when I'm like 80 years old, I'll still be doing this. Like, that's nuts.
Because you have love for the game.
Exactly.
It's not. It's
and
not
imagine
for,
how big it will be by then.
Dude, in 1 year, from 0 to 5K, 5.1K now, and like supplements, clothing, all this shit. And like in another like decade, I always tell myself, by I'm 30 years old, my goal is to be like fucking retired. Like I always say, like, imagine like going up to my mom or my dad, and I'm just like, Ma, Dad, like, you know, like, like, here's a check for the mortgage. Come on, let's go. Pick out whatever car you want. You know, fucking mom picks out a Charger. Dad picks out a McLaren. You know, like, then, like, you know, I say to the wife and the kids, I'm like, all right, I'm like, pick out what you want, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's going to happen. Like, but, like, all these people, like,
vision it. Yeah.
you know, all
no one else can see what you see.
Dude, like, all these billionaires that we know, like Trump, Musk,
Elon, yeah.
all these people, like Bezos, all these people started from nothing and just from like a fucking fetus, and now look at them. You know, like, anyone can do it.
You can go anywhere. I agree, and I think if I had to leave with something too, yeah, like, life has a lot of adversity. Life's gonna come at you, whether it's people, whether it's fucking the world, whatever it is. It's gonna put you in bad spots. Shit's gonna happen to you, and I think that, like, no matter what comes your way, I just want you to, like, keep your head sturdy. Realize that none of this is, like, gonna last. Everything always changes. There's highs and lows. You just gotta figure out how to balance those highs and the lows. And I think that you just gotta change along the way, grow. Don't ever stay stagnant, and, like, just deal with life's adversities. That's how you gotta do it. You can't shy away from it. When shit hits, you gotta keep moving. So I think that's what I would say that.
Take it head on.
Damn
You know,
right.
it's funny. I actually just watched. So I love animals. I watch a ton of animal videos.
We all love animals.
And I was watching, like, this thing about snakes. And so obviously snakes shed their skin, right?
Yeah.
But the thing about shedding their skin, they don't just, like, crack and fall off. They have to, like, physically move forward to slither out of their shit to shed their old skin, right?
I think
So-
they eat it too, right?
They sometimes might eat it. I don't know. But, like, the thing I took away from it was, like,
I believe it.
they have to continuously move forward in order to shed their skin. It doesn't just fall off. They need to move forward and physically become something different, physically change. And I took that. I know that's not as deep as they were showing it, but I took it super deep.
No. Like,
that,
from
like,
one who just heard that from the first time, like, that just actually, like, hit hard. Like,
Yeah, that's
you got to
deep.
keep
That's
moving
deep.
forward to change, to become something different. So don't. Obviously, we look at snakes as, like, a bad thing, but, like, in that sense, if you got to shed your old past, shed it to become something greater. So that's what I would leave
That's
with the
facts.
people. You know what I mean? Is there anything else you want to say to the people?
Anything you want to plug? Anything you want
to leave on? Is there anything I didn't touch upon?
What should people keep an eye out for from Steel Asylum in the near future?
Let's go.
Stay tuned for October. You know, we have the month of the Asylum coming.
Month of the Asylum.
sir.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
We got a killer month of December coming, probably into the new year. Hopefully, we're gonna get protein up and going. I
Protein.
will say
The
the
people
name.
are waiting on the protein.
People
150
are waiting.
grams of protein in one tub,
That's a lot,
one serving.
dude. That's like a daily intake for
That's a
some
daily
people.
intake. That's my daily intake.
But I will say, you know, hopefully next March or April, that drop that's gonna top the insanity drop. You're hearing it here for the first time. The
Yes,
chaotic
sir.
drop is coming.
Let's
gonna be
go.
dropping a ton of
Chaotic
stuff.
drop.
Chaotic drop.
So we will see, you know, what happens from there. I know it's going to top it, and we're just going to keep kicking ass, driving forward.
Hell yeah. Keep
Uh,
moving
again,
forward, baby.
I'll put all your guys. Like I said, I'll probably clip a lot of this
Let's go.
Please do.
momental stuff.
Yes, sir.
And, like,
I'll send
maybe-
you when it's all edited.
Yeah,
Once it's good.
post it on the gram or something, and like
Yes,
at
sir.
you guys, tag you. But other than
Absolutely.
that,
We
like,
love it.
Thank you guys again. I'm
Thank
honored
you.
to be here.
Thank you.
And shouts to your mom. She's been so supportive, so
Thanks, Ma.
lovely, great person. Shouts to everyone. Shouts to Jay. Shouts to everyone
shouts
that's been
Big J.
there for Anthony, because I believe and I can't wait to see where it's going. So
Yeah.
Thank
Big
you.
things
let's
coming.
dance this out. Thank you guys for being with us. Let's go. Thank you,
Great
God.
pod. Great pod.
Thank you guys so much. All right, everybody. Good night.